Sandra Trevino used to live with Foster Reeder. Now she's suing Foster's son, Dustin, for bills he ran up on her Sears credit card.
Order, all rise. All rise, please. Quiet in the courtroom. Judge, this is number 132 on the calendar in the matter of Trevino versus Reeder. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Have a seat.
Miss Trevino. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Reeder.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Reeder Sr. Step up here. Ms. Trevino, according to your complaint, you and Mr. Reeder Sr. were living together, correct?
No.
He wasn't living with you?
He stayed with me for a month.
Stayed with you? I paid the rent.
Just a second. He stayed with you for a month. This is his son.
Yes, ma'am.
He also stayed with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And while they were staying with you, you let Junior use your Sears credit card.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Well, we were good friends, and he was just starting a job, and there was stuff that he needed, like tool chests and stuff, and he promised to pay me back when he started working and started getting an income, and I trusted him. He's a nice kid. But now that Senior and I are no longer seeing each other, he doesn't want to pay me.
Why didn't you ask your father for money?
Because I like Sears tools.
Because what?
I like the tools that Sears put out.
So?
She had a Sears charge card.
Go ahead, sir. Maybe you can answer for him.
Actually, what happened, Your Honor, when we got together, and we were there a lot longer than any 2 months.
Well, first it was a month, now you say it was longer than 2 months.
It was a lot longer. The relationship went on for about 1.5 years. Mrs. Trevino's credit card was not being able to be used at the time, and I paid it up, brought it current. The Sears credit card, I paid up the Sears credit card where it could be used. I paid up her Visa credit card, which they never let her use it. Okay, at that time, my son could have asked me for the money, but I didn't even know they were going out and buying the tools. She took him to Sears and started on her own while we were still together. And as we were living together for quite some time, over a month, things went on between them. He could have gotten the money from me if he'd have asked me for it.
Well, that's what I want to know. Why didn't you ask your father to borrow the money for your tools rather than asking Miss Trevino?
Because she had a charge card for there.
But he had the money.
I never came up to ask him for that, Your Honor.
All right, so now you used the credit card. How much did you charge on her credit card?
About $1,100, Your Honor, or so.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much did you pay back?
$1,108.45.
You have proof of that for me?
Your Honor, what I have is my check register.
And what does it say in it?
That I have made payments. I have 9 checks totaling the amount of $508.45.
Is that made directly to Sears?
Sears and Mrs. Trevino.
Let me see it. Do you deny that he gave you these checks, madam? He's got them in his book.
He gave me checks for the rent when he was living there.
Some of this, how much rent?
He was paying $200 a month.
There are charges here for $32.45, $38, $75, $63.
For what?
I don't know. It says to Sandra Trevino. Let me see your Sears bill, please. Is she charging you rent?
I paid her rent on my own will, and I never wrote her a check for rent. I just given her cash.
What do you mean you gave it of your own will, sir?
I was told I didn't have to pay rent, but I paid her anyway.
That's not true.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I was the one paying the rent at the time.
That's not true.
Out of my own money. That's why he didn't have to pay rent.
He said he was giving her cash.
He did give her money, but like I said, it was because he wanted to.
So you say, sir, that you repaid her $508 by check, and this is for the tools that you bought on the Sears card. Is that right?
Yes.
But you also say you paid her cash
Yes.
twice.
Yes.
How are you going to prove that to me?
What? Ma'am, I have no... we were friends at the time. I didn't think I needed a receipt for that.
Well, but you paid most of the money by check. Why would you pay $600 of it in cash?
Well, because I would go cash my check, and I'd just give her the cash instead of the check.
Why did you give her some checks? All of them were under $100. And then what you opted to give her in cash, you gave her in two $300 payments. That doesn't sound logical to me, sir.
Well, at the time, I had the cash on me. And the only reason why I didn't get a receipt was because I was living with her. She was seeing my father.
Did he ever give you cash?
No, ma'am.
He did not.
No, ma'am.
Okay, return this to him. Yes.
He did give her cash, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
And I've given her a lot of cash even since then.
No, I believe...
A couple of times I didn't ask for receipts. Then at the very last, she started writing me receipts. I didn't bring them with me, but she did write me some receipts.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
She stole her car out of the shopping center before Christmas, and I got blamed for the car.
This is getting fascinating.
And later today,
I did see a cat, and I saw them, running after the cat, and I did see a cat.
I'm not sure I believe that you saw a cat.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sandra Trevino says 26-year-old tow truck operator Dustin Reeder used her credit card and didn't repay her. Dustin says he paid her back in cash.
Ms. Trevino, why are you suing him now?
Because they were going through some bad times, and he didn't have any money. He went to jail for a couple of months. The kids were trying to run the business, and they weren't making ends meet. And I was actually helping them keep the business going while he was. And
What kind of business?
Towing business.
Automobile towing?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you incarcerated for a period of time, sir?
Yes, I was.
For how long?
I was actually in jail for 45 days
For what?
because she had stole her car and I got blamed for it.
You're a lying sack.
That's right. She stole her car out of a shopping center before Christmas, and I got blamed for the car, and I didn't involve her in it. I took the heat because my lawyer advised me to take the heat, so I took it.
Explain. No, this is getting fascinating. This is much.
Hey, it's the truth. You can check it out with the courts.
Well, you can't check it out with the courts. If you pled guilty, sir, and served 45 days, then you pled guilty to something. Explain to me, she stole a car
That's right.
out of a parking lot.
That's right.
How did you get involved with it?
Well, when I first met Mrs. Trevino,
You tried selling it to Pop.
she didn't have a car. She had problems with her car. I gave her the money to go out and put a down payment on a new car. When we started squabbling, she couldn't make the payments. So then she decided, it was insured, she decided that she would take it and collect the insurance off of it, which she did.
You're a pathological liar.
What do you, just a second.
The car,
Pathological.
you didn't collect insurance?
Mr. Trevino, shh. Go ahead.
The car,
So she reported the car stolen.
that's right.
Ah, it's coming together. She reported the car stolen, and then the plan was for her to go out and sell the car once she got the insurance money for it. Is that right? Am I right?
You're close.
Well, tell me where I'm off. Tell me where I'm off.
Anyway, as it turned out, I got caught with the car
How did you get caught with the car?
because somebody had did some work on it, brought it back,
You mean did some work on it to sort of
changed the VIN
change
numbers.
the VIN numbers?
Changed the VIN numbers. Brought it back. I got caught with it. Okay? And like I said, at that time, I never brought it up. I never one time said anything about it to the law or anything. I just went to jail for it.
Well, you knew that there
And
was
believe
you
me,
knew
I
the
believe me, I
scenario,
wish I
so you
hadn't.
weren't blameless, sir, right?
I was partly to blame because I got caught with it.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I drive a tow truck.
Your father's tow truck?
Yes.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
These tools that you bought from Sears, what did you need them for?
I like to work on cars.
Sounds to me, with the exception of this young man, these people all deserve each other. Well, I'm going to give you credit, sir, for the following. I believe that you gave her checks towards the Sears bill of $1,100 in the amount of $500, leaving a total of $600 left. Now, I want you to look in my eyes and tell me whether you gave her an additional $600 in cash.
Yes, ma'am, I did. In 2 installments. I have given her $600 in cash for the tool bill.
For the tools?
Yes. On the
You gave her
surcharge.
extra money for rent?
Yes, I was paying her $200 a month for rent.
In addition to the tools. Is that right?
Yes, every month I stayed there, I gave her $200 a month.
Ms. Trevino, I believe him. This young man, I believe. I don't know if I believe either of you two people, but I believe him that he paid you. This lawsuit is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Pathological liars. They're known liars. That's all they do is lie.
And now the next case.
Parties on Brown versus Silberg. Step forward.
32-year-old retail manager Paul Brown is suing his building manager, Greg Silberg, 52, because his dog fell off the roof when a cat frightened it.
Mr. Silberg, are you the owner of this building in question?
No,
Or are you
I'm
the manager?
the owner of the management company.
Okay. And this is a 3-story building.
Correct.
You, sir, live in that building?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there?
I lived there approximately about 9 months.
And you have a dog?
Yes.
That dog?
I have 2 dogs.
But that's the dog in question?
Correct.
You were going into your building?
Actually, I was going to walk my dog on the, I was going to visit a friend on the 3rd floor. And
In the building?
In the building.
And your dog did not have a leash on?
They both had leashes on them. I took them in the elevator, walked up to the 3rd floor. I went to knock on my friend's door on the 3rd floor, which is right around the corner from the sun deck. And I had both dogs in one hand, on my left hand. And they saw a cat. This is late at night, about 10:30 at night. They saw a cat. They got loose. As I was running up the stairs, the dogs already were up on the patio or the sun deck, and that one fell. He was down below, and that was it. I mean...
Just a second. Did you see the cat, sir?
Yes,
Look me.
Yes.
Did you see a cat?
Yes, I did. I saw a cat.
Late at night.
That's how they darted out of my hand.
Late at night, you're ringing a bell.
Knocking on the door, correct.
Knocking at a door, right? Like this.
Correct.
Where was the cat?
The cat was to the left going up to the sun deck.
I'm not sure I believe that you saw a cat. That's first. I do believe that your dog ran up to the sun deck. Fell off. Right?
Right.
And you're suing him for $5,000.
Correct.
Tell me why.
Well,
Because that's the dog. The dog is here.
Right. First of all, I have pictures before and after what the sun deck looked like before and after, and as well as the medical bills, which ranged into approximately about $1,300, $1,400. And for my dog's a championship dog, and I was actually going to breed him. I have papers on him, and as well as I have the notice from the city of West Hollywood saying that sun deck was not properly permitted, and if they had the proper railing on that sun deck, my dog would have never fell. And that's why I'm suing him for $5,000.
Mm-hmm. I'll see all of his pictures.
And this is the medical bill. And I also have a letter from the doctor stating the condition of the dog.
Just a minute. Who found the dog?
Phil found the dog. He was downstairs waiting for me.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Can I say something?
Do you feel as if you must, sir?
You've kind of said it all, to be honest.
Then why don't you just be quiet?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Paul Brown is suing building manager Greg Silberg because his dog fell off the roof. Mr. Silberg says the dog should have been on a leash.
Describe the dog when you found him.
Well, I was standing outside, and I heard the loud noise, him hitting the concrete. When I found him, he was unconscious, tongue hanging out of his mouth. He was bleeding from his mouth. I went and grabbed a towel, picked him up. He was stiff. I didn't even know if he was alive anymore. And then I found a pulse. I took him into the apartment, found a pulse, called the veterinarian hospital, and we drove him immediately to the hospital. He was unconscious for a couple days.
Mm-hmm. When you found the dog that night, and I want you to think very carefully, sir, did the dog have a leash?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because I found the dog.
A couple of things. I don't understand how this dog got away from you if you were holding both dogs in your hand with the leash.
I had them both on one hand as I was knocking on the door of the third floor. And I did see a cat, and I saw them, you know, running after the cat, and I did see a cat. And he went off, the other dog, because I called them both.
All right, I've seen this Advanced Amino Formula all over TikTok, and honestly, I didn't believe the hype. But I actually tried it for 14 days. And here's what surprised me. By day 3, the first thing I felt was energy. Real energy. Not caffeine, but like my body finally woke up. This formula has all 8 essential amino acids, the ones your body literally can't make on its own. And I noticed 2 big things. Faster recovery, soreness that normally lasts 2 days was gone in hours. Better focus, I didn't expect that.
And I'm not kidding. My skin actually looked better. Aminos help your collagen. Didn't know that. I wanted to use with reticular skins over the Visay's skin is to sacrifice in their face.
If you want more energy, better recovery, or even to look healthier, this actually works. I'm sticking with it. I put the link in description. Check it out if you want the same results.
Just
I
a second.
called both their names.
So what you're telling me is you had both dogs
In my left hand, correct.
in one hand.
Right.
And you couldn't control holding on to the leashes of both dogs.
No, because actually when they saw the cat.
Well, the cat's
okay,
not his fault.
Okay, but the balcony's his fault.
Just a second.
How? He broke the law. The law, I mean, that balcony was not properly permitted. If that balcony was properly permitted, that dog would have never fell.
This is not a place that you didn't know about. You knew about this place. Now, I'm not saying he's not in some way responsible for not having it properly gated off. I looked at the gate that he put up there. Your dog can get through that gate.
Yeah, but if
Just a second. If that's a proper gate that he put up afterwards, that little skinny dog can get through that gate and could have gotten through that gate that night. So could a cat.
Not running that fast.
What do you mean not running?
Not running. A dog cannot get through that gate. Those bars are approximately 4 inches apart. Now, if a dog's running at full speed, the dog cannot go through that gate.
You mean he'd have to stop and wiggle through?
He would have to stop.
Just a second.
He would realize that no.
He would realize. The dog would realize.
He would realize that he would not be able to get through that gate going that fast. That's why the dog fell, because he was going so fast and he didn't see the drop. That's why the dog fell. Now, if that gate was up there, the dog would have stopped.
This gate, sir, is not designed to keep out dogs and cats. It's designed to protect people. Dog and cat owners are responsible for taking care of their own pets.
Correct.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Just because there is an accident doesn't mean somebody has to pay you. That's not what the courts are about, sir. This is a people protector. And the fact that you suggest that a dog at full run couldn't go through there, that may be. Certainly, a cat can wiggle through here. Certainly, a small dog can get through here. The design
but not
of it...
at full speed.
I don't care whether it's full
If
speed
it's chasing, if the
Oh,
dog's
no,
chasing
you're not
a
gonna
cat.
You're never going to get through to him.
Not
Never
really.
going to get through to him, sir. Not every injury results in an award of money. You are responsible for keeping control of your dog.
And he's
You have-
responsible for keeping the railing. I mean, he
Yes,
put
sir,
a
and I will
balcony
tell
up.
you something else. If somebody chased you up on the roof that evening and you fell off the 3rd floor because there was no adequate railing, you could sue him for a lot more than $5,000 because
If I
he is
lived.
responsible, if you lived, and if you could breed, because that's what you're complaining about. But because there was no bar or gate there, that's not the reason your dog fell. Your dog fell because you dropped the leash. And your dog went...
But I didn't drop the leash, Your Honor. The dogs got away from me. I didn't drop the leash.
Mr. Brown, sir,
Can I say something?
do you feel as if you must, sir?
You've kind of said it all, to be honest.
Then why don't you just be quiet?
Okay.
This lawsuit is dismissed.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And
Forward, please.
43-year-old Dorothy Walters says photographer Ron Rice ruined her 25th wedding anniversary because he was unprofessional, danced with the guests, and took bad pictures.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 355 on the calendar. In the matter of Walters versus Rice. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
You're the photographer.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Mrs. Walters, you hired the defendant because you and your husband were celebrating your 25th wedding anniversary.
Yes, that's right.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
What kind of party were you having?
We rented the Marina Hornblower yacht, and we were having a celebration cruise for our family and our friends.
How many people?
60.
How did you find him?
Through an ad in the newspaper in the Daily Breeze, right here, under wedding photography.
Okay, can I see it?
Run.
So you hired him? Tell me about the agreement that you made with him.
I searched for a photographer, and then I saw that ad, and I said, well, let me go check this guy's work out, because I wanted special double effects and photography. And when I went to his home to look at his work, it was exceptional. I mean, it was knocked down. It was just so great work. This work was really good. And so without a doubt, I wrote him a check, and I hired him.
Was it a deposit, or was it?
I gave him a $200 deposit, and 2 weeks later, I paid him the rest in full in advance, before the wedding.
What was the whole price? For the
$752.33, my contract.
And that was to include what?
That was to include him to come to my home 2.5 hours, and that was to include a bridal album with 8x. The pictures that he showed me of our 25th wedding anniversary were horrible. I cried. I was devastated. I mean, these pictures were horrible. The pictures that he showed me of our 25th wedding anniversary were horrible. I cried. I was devastated. I mean, these pictures were horrible. My friends took pictures with their regular cameras. Look at my pictures that they took with their regular cameras compared to the professional pictures that he took. I mean, it was horrible.
I will look at both.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happened?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Well, you indicate in your complaint that his behavior at this function was...
My sister all day...
I did.
and said all kinds of... I have it on video. I have the video right here. You can see it. I have him dancing, doing the Macarena, eating with my guests, not taking pictures. He poured a beer over the top of her head, made her dress see-through. I have it on video.
I would really like to see that.
I wish I was there, too.
May I show you who he is on the video?
Yeah, just let...
I wear many hats, Your Honor. Photographer, comedian, dancer, pouring beer.
I hired you to be a photographer, not to be...
Listen to me. Don't answer him.
Here he is, Your
You're
Honor.
right, Your Honor.
Here he is, doing the Macarena, right there. I have notes, there he is, doing the Macarena there in your courtroom.
Okay.
It moves me.
There
I
he
like the
is.
Needs a little work. I want to see the beer.
Other than this Macarena, is there anything else on this tape?
It just shows Leona having the beer on her head. It didn't show him actually doing it, but you could hear him.
Well, let me see. How much into the tape is that?
It's a little bit farther.
Would you speed it up, please, Bird? Mr. Rice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you pour a beer over this lady?
Well, I haven't seen that part yet, Your Honor. I don't believe I did.
Yes, you did. I mean, you're
Miss Walters.
Sure.
Don't talk to him. I'm talking to him now.
Absolutely sure.
She's going to tell me, this lady, if I ask her to stand up, which I will.
Yeah.
Stand up now.
Stand up.
You're her sister?
Yes.
Did he pour a beer on you at this function?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
I was dancing, and he says, you need to be cooled off, and he threw the beer on top of my head. And I had a satin dress on, and it clinged to me, and it was see-through, and I was really, really embarrassed.
Okay, sit down. Mr. Rice,
It sounds like a fun thing to do under circumstances, but I was hired in a professional position and a capacity, and that's exactly what I did. I have on the...
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
I've made 4 or 5 weddings in my time. Hired a lot of photographers for other kinds of functions.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a photographer dancing with my guests. I never had a photographer coming and eating with my guests. I never had a photographer pouring anything over one of my guests. Otherwise, that photographer would have been brought out of the function in a box.
Yes, I agree.
Now, you did that.
I
You were dancing with the guests, no jacket on, and sir, I didn't see you with a camera slung around your shoulder.
This was after, this was
Yes.
after all the ceremonial events were done, because the wedding was during the day.
I heard you for the whole time.
Do I look like I need help?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And so I was finished.
Just a second. What do you mean you? Then what do you mean you were finished?
I was finished with all the ceremonial events. They were partying, and they were partiers.
How many rolls of film did you take, sir?
Approximately 250.
How many rolls?
No way.
Four, 220, medium format.
How many rolls of film?
2 rolls of 12 exposure, which was 24 prints, and then 4 at 24.
So altogether, you had how many pictures?
4 times 24 times 20. Me and my math. Probably 150, approximately.
96 and 24 is 120. Okay. So you had 120 pictures. Let me see them.
The irony of this thing.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
That's 99% of the profession, is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters is suing photographer Ron Rice for taking bad pictures and being unprofessional at her 25th wedding anniversary. He says the pictures are good and that he was just enjoying himself.
120 pictures. Let me
Right.
see them.
The irony of this thing is I saw her, she didn't want, I was supposed to give her the 5x5
Just
proofs.
a second.
She didn't even want them.
Listen to
I
me.
mean,
You
hello?
wouldn't
Mr. Rice,
to me.
Miss Walters.
Okay, he wouldn't.
Miss Walters. Where are the 120
In
prints?
the trash.
Okay, who put them in the trash?
2 weeks ago, before she served me the notice, I said, look, here's Barbara's.
I'm Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Just a second.
Whomever. Dorothy, I'm sorry.
So the answer is you don't have them. You threw them away.
I have the negatives.
Just a second.
I was going to.
You have the negatives of 120 pictures?
All
Let me
right.
have them.
Oh, right. All right, yes, sir. Shall I?
Oh, don't come too close to me, Mr. Rice.
And here's Your Honor, would you want to show
Just a
me?
minute. What's the difference between these and these, sir?
Print quality and definition. One's 2 1/4 format. Those are 35 millimeter format. The other one is 6 by 6 millimeter. Those are table shots. So you want to do a wedding, all the ceremonial events, all the romantics, anything that has to do with, the principles of the wedding party
Yeah.
are shot in with the 2 1/4, the format.
And this is 2 1/4?
No, that's 35 millimeter. That's where table shots, guest shots.
There are no table shots here, sir.
Maybe, can I see that?
No.
Okay.
And all these negatives are the negatives, right?
Those are the negatives of, yes.
Bird, would you count up these?
Sure.
These negatives?
No problem.
Thank you. I just want to know how many there are, because she says that
Make sure there
limited
are
number
too.
of rolls. Now let me take a look at the pictures.
Okay, Bert. These are the ones he took. Here's the identical pictures that the guests took.
With the polarizer.
No, this is with
who's the
no,
professional
it's not.
here?
Hey,
Yeah, who's the professional? Look at those pictures.
right,
Look at
talk
those
to the
pictures.
judge.
1, 2, 3, and then you're both out of here. Do you understand? And if you're out of here, you lose. Do you understand? Now, these are the ones your guests took.
Yes.
And these are the ones that you're complaining about that he took.
Yes.
Are these the only pictures that you were given by him?
No, I was given another book.
Where
and
is it? Where are the-
You have it. You wouldn't give it to me.
Where are the 30?
What words didn't you both understand? Don't talk to each other. I don't like to have to raise my voice. I want to see the photographs that he took at your house. Do you have those?
No.
You didn't bring...
Don't speak.
Your Honor, he took them. He would not give them back to me because I said these are unacceptable. And he took them. He wouldn't give them back to me.
Just a second. So are you telling me that these are
That's
the only
pictures I have.
Can I finish my
Okay.
question?
I'm sorry.
Are these the only pictures that you have of your wedding anniversary
That he
party?
took. Yes.
That he took?
Yes, they are.
She just perjured herself.
You just threw
Shut
the
up!
book away. He threw the book away. That's what he told you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Show me, sir, what you say she has in addition to these.
She has 34 8x10s that she ordered from the prince.
Show me the order with her signature on it.
Right here?
Good. Can I see it, please?
She got her plan. I mean, it's a very flexible plan. She got plan 3.
Sir,
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
stop talking. This is the contract. This is not her order.
Absolutely right.
Show.
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry. Just be quiet. This is not an order. This is the contract.
Is it like a price list or anything in there like that, other than just the negatives?
How many were there?
70, Judge.
Okay. Now listen to me, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Listen carefully. There are 70 negatives here. 70. Right. You wouldn't dispute that with Bird, would you?
Oh,
No.
Bert.
Now,
Not Bert.
this is...
It's probably a 36 roll, Your Honor. But,
So altogether, you took 106 pictures, not 150.
well, actually, with the 70 pictures, it was more than enough because what she had ordered was just those elect, professionally looking, beautiful few, if I may add.
Mr. Rice, I asked you a question, and you will not deflect me with your palaver. Where is her order for these 8x10s that you just told me about?
What? I mean, they're right there. They're right on those MAC cards.
Well, show me her signature on those things,
No, there's
sir.
no signature. The
Show
contract.
Officer Bird. Just give him the whole envelope, Bird, please.
Help. Okay. There was no album. She ordered $252 worth taxed. I mean, she ordered. Where are the 10x10s?
You
that
have them.
Where are they? I mean, you have.
All
where
right,
are
now,
they?
let me tell you what happens
It's like,
when
where
you
are
don't listen 4 times. 4 times you don't listen.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
It's wearing hats, not just being a professional, being stuffy.
Oh my God.
You have to have personality. You have to go in with a smile.
And later today,
If I give you $200, you have to give me the camcorder back. No, I don't have to. It's mine. It's mine. It belongs to me. You're full of it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters wants the money back she paid photographer Ron Rice because she says the pictures were unprofessional.
Mr. Rice,
Yes, ma'am.
I find that based upon what I've seen in the photographs, what I've heard today, that your conduct on the day of this anniversary party was less than professional and certainly less than what Miss Walters bargained for when she retained you. So, you're going to refund to her $752.33 because of you, she doesn't have what she bargained for, which was a professional photographer who behaved in a professional manner, who furnished her professional pictures. And in addition, since she told me that...
All right, I've seen this advanced amino formula all over TikTok, and honestly, I didn't believe the hype. But I actually tried it for 14 days, and here's what surprised me.
By day 3, the first thing I felt was energy, real energy. Not caffeine, but like my body finally woke up.
This formula has all 8 essential amino acids, the ones your body literally can't make on its own. And I noticed 2 big things. Faster recovery, soreness that normally lasts 2 days was gone in hours. Better focus, I didn't expect that.
And I'm not kidding. My skin actually looked better. Aminos help your collagen. Didn't know that. I want to be used with reticular skins over the Versailles skin is to sacrifice in their face.
If you want more energy, better recovery, or even to look healthier, this actually works. I'm sticking with it. I put the link in description. Check it out if you want the same results.
That the proofs that you gave her, you took and threw in the garbage, which means that you certainly didn't want them. Miss Walters, I'm giving you all the negatives.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's
thank
all.
you.
They're no good anyway.
They're no good. You said they were professional photographers.
You don't want them.
Bodies are excused. You may step out.
You said they were good.
Bodies are excused. You may
Here, I'll
step
throw them in the
They're
trash.
no good.
Step
Yeah,
out the
they're
back
no
door to your
good.
right.
It's wearing hats, not just being a professional, being stuffy.
Oh my God.
99% of the profession is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Come on.
He's nuts.
I'll give him a
He's
hug.
nuts.
Whoa.
He's nuts.
Well, I mean, it's like I was
Thank you,
born that
Judge.
way. What's your excuse?
And now the next case.
Bodies on Hill versus Mathis. Step forward, please.
32-year-old Robin Hill is suing her former sister-in-law, Teresa Mathis, age 36, because she won't return her video camera.
Do I understand this correctly, that you two ladies are sister-in-laws or in some way related? Still sister-in-laws?
I'm unsure of it. They got divorced. I don't know.
You divorced?
Right.
From her brother?
Yes.
So you're former sister-in-laws?
Correct.
Let me understand this. You needed $200 for some sort of move a couple of years ago.
Right.
You asked your sister-in-law, who I assume was then still married to your brother,
Correct.
for the $200. According to you, she lent you the $200, and you gave her your camcorder.
Correct.
As sort of insurance for the repayment of this loan.
Right.
Now you're suing her because you say you went back and retrieved the camcorder and it's broken.
Right.
And the camcorder, you paid how much for?
It was on sale. We paid roughly $900,
So you're suing her for $500.
which would be about replacement cost of it.
And you say nothing could be farther from the truth.
No.
That you bought the camcorder.
I purchased the camera because she was going to Oklahoma for $200, and I told her that if she got the money back, as soon as she got it, that I would sell it back to her if she wanted. And
For the
that's
$200?
it. Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get the camcorder back?
She asked me to house sit for her while they were in Oklahoma with bicycle races for their son, and a friend of mine had asked me to film
How
some
long
stuff.
ago was this?
This was November of last year.
So November of last year, when you were house sitting, you got your camcorder back.
Well, I went to borrow it to use it to film some stuff, and it didn't work. So I went to put it in a shop. They had a fit and told me, though, they wanted to get it fixed. I said, fine. So I gave it back to them to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. And I was more than willing to give them their money back. And if it was my fault that it was broke, then I would have paid for it. But it was working when they got it, and I don't think I should have to pay for it to be fixed.
Did you give her back the $200?
I've offered it to her.
Just
She
a
has-
second.
No.
Did you give her back the $200?
She refused it.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
It's not true.
That is true.
When I asked for the money, she didn't have it. She never had the money. The only reason she came to my house and took the camera while we were gone out of my closet was because she needed money and she wanted to sell it, and then had planned to pay me after she sold the camera. When I purchased the camera, it was working, just not properly. You can see by the film that I brought that it has lines in it, and that was in April of '95 at a national that we went to, my son's bike races.
Whatever, so you went and you had it fixed.
When I got the money, because I was single, my ex-husband and I were divorced, I have 3 children and a large house payment, so when I did get the money, which was in March, I said, this is terrible, you know, I have this camera, I can't even use it, it doesn't work right, so I took it down. Her aunt was with me also at the races when I purchased the camera, and it kept shutting off. She was standing beside me, and we were taping our children.
All right, if you don't have to go into a whole long thing, it's not a very difficult case.
Okay.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Ms. Hill,
Yes.
if I believe your story, she lent you $200, you gave her the camera until you paid her back the $200.
Correct.
You never paid her back the $200. Where's the camera now?
She still has the camera.
I've never lost the camera.
Perfect.
I still have it.
Camera's yours.
Right.
When she gives you back the $200, you just listen to me.
Okay,
When she gives you back the $200, you'll give her back the camera. Right now, you didn't give her back the $200, so the camera's hers. That's very simple.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Good. That's all. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I've got notarized statement saying it was working.
It worked, but it didn't work right.
That's not my fault.
Well, it's not my fault. You hauled it in your car all the way to Oklahoma since
You're right.
1991, all over the place. That's
You're
what
right.
happened.
Well, that's not my fault. If I give you $200, you have to give me the camcorder back.
No, I don't have to. It's
Yes.
mine. It's mine. It belongs to
You're
me.
full of it.
Continue in a moment. And on the next.
Step forward, please.
25-year-old child caregiver Leslie Early claims she was wrongfully fired by Maxie and Tim Yates. The Yates say they won't pay her because she lied about her background as a convicted felon.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 372 on the calendar in the matter of Early versus Yates. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Early, your complaint alleges that you were hired by the defendants to babysit for their child. Beautiful baby.
That's me.
Look at that. Look at him. And that you did babysit for him for a week, and you were supposed to be paid $250. You were not paid.
Correct.
They have what they consider a very legitimate reason for not paying you. Tell me how you were hired by the defendants. How did they find you?
I called an ad that was listed in the Union Tribune, the paper, and we set up an interview, and I went to their house, and they met me and talked with me for a while and hired me that night, and I started work, I believe it was 2 days after that night.
Had you been working before?
I've worked before, but no, I was not working at the time.
Had you ever done childcare before?
Yes. I've never been paid for it, but my mother is a foster mom for newborn babies.
But you
so I
had
grew up.
not done childcare before?
No.
Okay. And the agreed salary was $250 a week?
No, it was $800 a month, but their $50 was what they figured. And then I let them $50 was what they figured. And then I let them reminded them about $7 that I spent of my own money on grocery food. I went grocery shopping.
But you did in fact stay with the baby for a week?
I stayed for a week and 2 days.
Okay, and when were you let go?
I was let go a week later after I had worked the whole following Monday through Friday. The following Saturday, I got a phone call and I was let go.
From who made the phone call?
Maxie.
Can you tell me what that conversation was?
She called to let me go and said that she had her reasons, that it was very difficult for her to leave the baby alone while she was working, and that she needed to have surgery done, and that she wasn't going to be going back to work. And I was kind of upset by it because I, was happy working there, and I really enjoyed working for them and for the little boy. I mean, he's adorable. And I asked, does it have anything to do with me? And I was told absolutely not, and that I should be a housekeeper, was the quote that she said, because she was very happy with the housework I did. I did a lot of housework. She asked me if I would like the check mailed to me or if I'd like to come pick it up, and I said I'd like to come pick it up. And they said that they had some errands to do and stuff and to call them later that day.
The check was not forthcoming, so I mean, I've read your statement, so I know that
Right.
according to you, they kept promising that the check was in the mail.
The check was
never in the mail.
Never.
Ultimately, they told you they were not going to pay you.
In the end, 3 weeks
All right.
later.
3 weeks later, what did they tell
After phone
you?
calls of being promised my money was coming, I said, can I come over and pick up a check? And they said, well, we need to talk. She explained to me that she didn't think I did the job I was supposed to do, and that I was sleeping in their house, that I was taking showers in their house. All this is very untrue, and that they had a videotape of me. Started getting upset and started to cry. And he took the phone and said, what seems to be the problem? Started getting upset and started to cry.
and he took the phone and said, "What seems to be the problem?" He talked with her, and Maxie proceeded to tell my boyfriend Stefan. He talked with her, and Maxie proceeded to tell my boyfriend Stefan that I abused their baby, that, and then again that I was sleeping and showering. And
did you sleep in the house?
No.
Did you ever shower in the house?
No.
Okay. Now, you want to tell, so you were not paid?
No.
You want to tell me why?
I'm glad, sure, her accounts are fairly accurate. She did come to work as she stated. We had an interview with both my husband, myself, and I. Actually, Your Honor, if I could submit some information for evidence, I'd appreciate
What is it?
That. We had a background check run on Miss Early. We've got 12 pages worth of, she's got quite a criminal history. We asked her whether or not she had a criminal background. She stated to us that she did not. One of the requirements of employment was that she be fingerprinted, and we let her...
One of your requirements?
Correct,
Yes.
and that was to be done within the first 3 days of employment, and she never submitted the fingerprints. She did, however, and I have a copy of this, she submitted to us her driver's license, which is an alias name that she is using. She's got 12 pages worth of
I have no other
criminal
names.
background. She's a habitual felon. Much of her background is...
you didn't get that information until when?
Actually, the Monday that she began, that she was alone with the child, we had gotten a report back from the investigators saying that the local check had cleared and that they didn't find anything on her, so we felt confident. And the Friday that we let her go, we got the out-of-state check, which was, we've got 12 pages worth of her history.
I'll look at that in a moment.
Okay.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I've had no other aliases. I've had no other names.
Not according to this, madam.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Leslie Early says Maxie and Tim Yates owe her for babysitting. The Yates claim that a secret videotape shows Leslie endangering their child.
You indicate in your answer that you had, in fact, set up a babysitting surveillance video.
Correct, yes.
And when did you start this video process?
We started that the Monday that she began by herself with the baby.
And did you view the video that night?
We did, yes.
Was there anything untoward on the video that night?
Well, on that evening there were some things that we were slightly concerned about, but we thought that we could speak with her and without really letting her know, because why give it away and get a true effect of what she was doing.
So there was nothing on the video on Monday
Not
that
so much
suggested
on
to you
Monday.
that you should immediately terminate
That's
her?
correct, Your Honor.
Now, on Tuesday, did you view the video?
On Tuesday, my husband had come home early.
The answer is either yes or no.
Yes, yes, in person and on the video.
Was there anything on the video on Tuesday that suggested that you had to terminate her employment on Tuesday?
We thought that we could speak with her and work through it.
Miss Early.
In retrospect,
Why don't you
I'm
have a
sorry.
seat with the baby, sir?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. In retrospect, I think I should have let her go on Tuesday.
You
yes.
Mr. Yates? Yes. He's absolutely adorable. Right. I cannot order him to be quiet. So if he wants to play, if he wants to, you can take him outside, sir. Miss Yates, you sound like a very intelligent person. If there was anything on that video that suggested to you that your child was in danger, you would not have gone to work on Tuesday or Wednesday. If you went to work on Wednesday.
There were concerns.
Concerns is different. Because this is a question of paying her for the week even though you terminated her. So I'm trying to find the point in time. It's not Monday and it wasn't Tuesday.
It was Wednesday.
All right. What happened on Wednesday?
On Wednesday, she had left the baby on the couch. He was at the point of sitting up and rolling over. She had left the room for a good 20 minutes. At that time, the baby was sitting up, rolling over, and going back and forth on the edge of the couch. My husband and I were watching this tape at the end of the day and just waiting for him to fall. Fortunately, he did not.
So this was on Wednesday?
That was on Wednesday.
Did you go to work on Thursday?
I did, ma'am. I was trying to maintain my job, yes.
Miss Yates?
I did.
You went to work on Thursday.
Correct.
And you left Miss Early with the baby on Thursday.
I had asked neighbors to stop in on her.
And nobody did.
Miss Yates? You went to work on Thursday?
I went to work on Thursday and Friday.
And you went to work on Friday.
Yes.
So despite the fact that you saw things that were of concern to you on the tape, you still left your child alone with her. 5 days.
I regret having done it, but yes, I did.
And
So-
Your Honor, every day I was very concerned and asked how everything was, you know.
Miss Early.
And I was
Miss Early,
always
she's
told
entitled to
everything
hire
was
you,
fine.
and she's
Sure.
entitled to fire you.
Sure, I understand all that.
Good. So that doesn't mean you don't have to pay her. Can I see the background check, please?
Please. And there's
Now,
a copy of her driver's license that she submitted. She's got a fake Social Security number that she submitted to us. The driver's license is with her fake AKA.
Who are you? You keep wanting to stand up. Who are you?
I am presently, she watches my daughter. She's watched my daughter for some time now. I don't believe when they said that they asked her and she said nothing, because I asked her and she told me that she had done some things when she was younger.
What do you mean she told you she did some things when she was younger? What does that mean?
She did some things when she was younger, living with her parents, that, you know, she went to court for. And
did you check on it?
No, I did not. I talked to her mother.
What do you mean you didn't check on it after she told you that?
I spoke to her mother in Florida.
I told her everything, so, you know, I wasn't holding back.
And how old is the child that she babysits for you?
My daughter's 5.
What is your name?
Valerie.
Valerie what?
McElroy.
Miss McElroy, all I can tell you is this. If I had a young child that I was leaving alone with someone, and if that person said to me, I do in fact have a criminal history.
That has nothing to do with children. Yes.
I would certainly do more than call her mother to find out what it was.
Well, I
That would
explained to her everything, that it was.
good at
And I
explaining.
was 18 years old, and it was, I don't regret what happened to me then. It was a wonderful learning experience.
Miss Early, you're not following what I'm saying. You're being defensive. What I'm saying to this parent of a young child is more prudent behavior, madam, would suggest to me that instead of calling her mother to find out what it was all about, you do your own background check to make sure that you have all the information. If you're leaving your most treasured possession with a stranger, then you do an independent background check. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so what you did was not enough. I mean, these things, I'm looking at the profile, and I see it is really true that that the most recent arrest that you have was back in 1991, correct?
December
That's a
5th,
long time ago.
1990 was the only time I was arrested. December 5th, 1990, yes. And I've had no other aliases. I've had no other names. I've never had a married name. I've had that name all my life. And I have been arrested December 5th, 1990.
Not according to this, madam.
I know for a fact I'll never forget the day.
Well, there are arrests here, I will tell you, on December 7th, 1990, November 30th, 1990, November 13th, 1990.
I was only arrested on December 5th, maybe December 7th. I mean, that's, I thought I could, all these
February
years
19th
I've been...
of 91, forged check, past forged check.
I was still incarcerated in February for the same thing from December 5th, 1990.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I got in trouble for drugs when I was 18.
And what else?
Prostitution, you are a liar.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Professional babysitter Leslie Early wants to be paid for her services. Maxie and Tim Yates refuse to pay because they say she lied about her criminal past.
Have you ever seen this personal profile?
No.
Well, I would suggest you take a look at it, because if it is incorrect, I suggest that what you do is you make sure that they fix it. But these things have,
And
have
other
a NICE,
alias.
listen to me, these things have a NICE number. They are clearly referred to you, and if somebody is making a mistake on all of these arrests, I suggest that you deal with it. But this is the information that they got. It certainly shows more than one arrest.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
Please.
Now.
Your Honor, may I say something more about that?
Yes.
There's also, more recently in 1986, there were also several
86
vehicles.
or 96?
I'm sorry, 96. In here in California. She had several traffic violations and had a suspended driver's license. One of our agreements was that she would drive the baby to doctor appointments. That was one of the agreements that we had as part of her being a nanny for our child. And obviously she committed to something that she couldn't
Miss Yates,
do.
you have a tape with you, I see.
That's correct.
What is that tape going to show me?
Well, what we had done is...
Just tell me what it's going to show me.
This particular tape, each day we had videotaped. The most dramatic tape was not on the final day that we fired her. I had informed her in the morning that the...
What? You're not answering my question. What is that
this
tape?
This shows her leaving the baby on the couch and saying, don't fall off, and she leaves the room. And it also shows her throwing the infant into the air.
Throwing the infant into the air in an anger or playfully?
Playfully, however, he's medically fragile. She knew that going into it. We explained to him he had major surgery 2.5 months before she took over his care.
But nothing that you're going to show me there indicates abusive behavior.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Because that had been, we had copied it over. And this just shows the vantage point that we had. It also had sound so that we could hear things that were going on through the house. There were some days, 2 days in particular, she let that baby cry, our child cry, for over 3 hours at one time. This is not feeding
what
him.
Day?
Okay, this was on Wednesday and on Thursday. Thursday in particular was the worst day. She had asked to do our house.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Miss Yates. Every time a parent has to leave a young child, especially an infant, with a stranger, there are always trepidations because you're never sure about what's going to happen. You are absolutely entitled to hire and fire the caregiver of your choice, whether you have reason or whether you don't have reason. In this case, clearly, according to you, you had just cause to let her go. For the following reasons. You had tape and you weren't satisfied with her performance. And then subsequently, you received a background check which suggested to you that she was less than forthcoming with regard to what her background was. And even if you hadn't gotten this background check, according to you, you would have let her go. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
However, Mrs. Yates, you did allow her to remain in your employ, and you went to work Tuesday after you saw the tape, Wednesday after you saw the tape, Thursday after you saw the tape, and Friday after you saw the tape. You went to work, and I assume you don't work for nothing, so you got paid, right? And you said to me, I didn't want to risk my job, right?
That's absolutely correct.
You have to pay her for the week she worked for you.
You know what,
if you had let her go on Monday night after you viewed the tape, she would have had absolutely no cause to complain, but the fact that you permitted her to stay with your baby for that entire week, despite the fact that you and your husband were coming home every night, right, sir? And watching the tape. It is unreasonable for you now to withhold her salary. Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. Did she, in fact, buy food for you and lay out $7?
Yes, but we had agreed at $700 a month. She had miscalculated. She said $250 a week. It was actually $175 a week.
She called me to tell me that the amount was $250 on the phone. I didn't come up with that amount.
I'm awarding you $257.
That's fine. Great.
I want to say something to you. Look at me. When you have a young child, you're supposed to be very cautious. And I'm not suggesting that Miss Early is not a good caretaker for children. I am not making that judgment here today. All I'm saying today in today's case is these people utilized her services for a week and they have to pay her. What I'm saying to you is you may be perfectly satisfied with her as a caregiver for your 5-year-old. You have to be more prudent in the process that you use for selecting a person. You're a parent and your primary responsibility has to be to your child. So whether it's this lady or some other lady in the future who's going to take care of your baby, do your own background check. You don't call her mother to find out if she's a nice person. I assume that you have somebody else taking care of your baby now?
My husband and I are taking care of him. We alternate.
That baby is absolutely delicious, so it may be worthwhile.
Thank you,
Good luck.
Your Honor.
Thank you. That baby is absolutely delicious, so it may be worthwhile.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
May I get a copy of this?
Yeah, we'll get you a copy.
Okay.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I think that they've done this before, in my opinion, and I just think that they were pulling whatever they could to try to not pay somebody. And
I think you're the one that's done things before, Leslie.
okay, Maxie, well, you're the loser today.
No, I'm not a loser.
Sure
We're the
she
winners
is.
because I feel that this person has been exposed on national TV.
Mrs. Boughton, step forward, please.
32-year-old restaurant manager Guy Gatewood is suing 29-year-old photographer Nicole Boughton for false arrest.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 282 on the calendar in the matter of Gatewood versus Boughton. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a
All
seat,
right.
gentlemen.
Let's see if I can unravel this rather complicated complaint. Mr. Gatewood, you and Miss Boughton were friends in 1995.
Yes.
And in that year, you sold her a used car.
Yes.
How much did you sell her the car for?
A sum of $2,000.
And she was supposed to repay you at the rate of $250 a month. Is that right? Yes.
Yes.
And you say in your answer that he was pretty reasonable about late payments and that sort of thing.
Right.
But you were paying off this car. What kind of car was it?
A VW Bug.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Right? So there came a time sometime a couple of years later when she hadn't been making her payments and you were worried about the insurance on the car. You decided to repossess the car.
Yes.
So in the still of the night, without telling her, right?
Oh, no.
Did you tell her you were going to repossess the car?
There was a letter sent to her, yes.
That said what? If you don't, I will?
What?
If you don't pay, I will repossess the car. Right?
Right.
But then you didn't tell her when you were going to repossess the car. Day and date.
It gave her till the end of the month, which was...
Mr. Gatewood, do you understand what I'm saying to you? You didn't tell her when you were going to
The
repossess the
exact
car.
day and time, and no.
Right.
No.
So, without telling her when you were going to repossess the car, this former friend of yours, you went to where the car was parked.
Yes.
And took it.
Yes.
And the registration was still in your name.
Yes.
Because that was your arrangement.
Yes.
She did what any normal person would do, getting up in the morning. You looked outside and you saw...
No car.
So you...
Called the cops.
You got arrested.
Pulled over, yeah.
For stealing your own car.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What people do to each other and to themselves. This is really so fascinating. I was fascinated when I read this complaint. Now, ultimately, it was okay because you spoke to the police and were able to convince them that it was your car.
Yes.
How long were you in custody?
About an hour and a half.
Was it scary?
Yeah, to say the least.
You ever been arrested before?
Never. I've never even darned bracelets.
What? Did they actually put you in handcuffs?
Yeah, I was on my knees and they put me in cuffs.
Tell me about that. I'm really curious to know.
I was driving home and I noticed the cop following me, and I eventually made it home and I pulled into my parking lot, or my carport, and I get the lights and I'm thinking, okay, what's this all about? And I get out of the car and I get this spotlight in my eyes and he says, throw the keys to the ground. I'm like, okay. He's like, turn around, put your hands on your head. I'm like, okay. And then he says, walk backwards towards my voice. And I did. He says, stop. And I feel something on my back and he says, get on your knees. I'm like, execution time. And they cuff me. And I'm like, am I under arrest? And he says, no, you're in custody. I said, can you please explain the difference to me?
Did you say that to him?
Yes.
Did he have a sense of humor?
Not at this time. And so he says, can you explain to me instead why you're driving a stolen vehicle? I said, this isn't a stolen vehicle, this is my vehicle. And he says, what's your name? And I said, Guy Gatewood. He says, well, you got that part right. Then, explain this to me.
Had you known at that time that she had called the police?
No, this is just like completely...
So what you were suing her for is for having called the police and having had you arrested falsely.
Mm-hmm.
So you want some damages for that. And then you want some money for the car.
There's still a balance due on it.
Okay. Well, first let's take care of the car business, and then we'll get into this arrest business, because I have to figure out exactly how much, if anything, you're owed on the car, because she says that she paid money towards the car, and she is countersuing you for the car, and then you're countersuing him, Miss Barton, for some nonsense, which I categorize as nonsense, which is the emotional distress of not having your car, something like that, which I'm not even going to think about because that's a lot of baloney. Now, how much did you pay for this VW Bug, sir?
How much did I pay for it?
That was my question. I'm sure you have an answer.
Initially, when I got the car, I paid $500. I then fixed the car up, put a brand new motor in it, fixed the body, did the interior as well. It came to about $2,400.
Let us assume for the moment you paid $2,300 for the car.
Okay.
All right? How many payments did you make on this car?
I had about 2 more payments left. I owed him about $600 more on the car.
How many payments did she make on the car?
She made 4 payments on the car. She only owed $425 on the car.
So she paid you in total how much?
$1,575.
Okay. And how much money did you sell the car for, sir? Because your complaint says that you sold the car after you repossessed it.
I've resold the Volkswagen for $200.
Why?
For the condition that it was in when I got it back, it wasn't worth much more than that.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
The idea that he came at night and took it was a total passive-aggressive, miserable move that is typical of Guy Gatewood.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Guy Gatewood says he was embarrassed when he was handcuffed and led away after he repossessed Nicole Boughton's car. Now he wants payment for the car and the emotional distress.
Who did you sell it to?
A neighbor downstairs for his wife so she could go back and forth to work.
Let me see the bill of sale. What year Volkswagen was this?
It's a 71 Super Beetle.
Mr. Gatewood.
Yes.
You were driving this car when the police pulled you over.
Yes, I was.
Where were you driving it from, sir?
I was driving it from Shooter's Bar in Huntington Beach.
What is the distance between this barn and your home?
2 miles.
And how long had you been driving the car from the time you repossessed it until the time they repossessed you?
It was stored most of the time.
All right, I've seen this Advanced Amino Formula all over TikTok, and honestly, I didn't believe the hype. But I actually tried it for 14 days, and here's what surprised me.
By day 3, the first thing I felt was energy, real energy. Not caffeine, but like my body finally woke up. This formula has all 8 essential amino acids, the ones your body literally can't make on its own. And I noticed 2 big things. Faster recovery, soreness that normally lasts 2 days was gone in hours. Better focus, I didn't expect that. And I'm not kidding. My skin actually looked better. Aminos help your collagen. Didn't know that. I wanted to use with reticular skins over the Versailles skin is to sacrifice in their face. If you want more energy, better recovery, or even to look healthier, this actually works. I'm sticking with it. I put the link in description. Check it out if you want the same results.
Maybe 2 or 3 times I took it out to keep it running. I also have another Blazer and a motorcycle that I use frequently.
Now, Mr. Gatewood, just because you do a bill of sale for $200, sir, doesn't mean that I believe that you sold this car for $200, because the car was clearly a drivable vehicle. Drivable vehicle, cute little car, almost vintage, you know, 71 VW Bug. Was a convertible or not?
No, it's not convertible.
So just because you wrote $200 here doesn't necessarily mean I believe that you were paid $200 for it in total.
I'm not the only signature on that statement.
You're talking about the buyer?
The buyer also.
Oh, well, it would certainly serve. The buyer would certainly say that he only paid $200 for the car because that means his tax when he has to register the car is a lot less. People do that all the time. It's wrong and it's illegal, but people do it all the time when they sell cars that are used cars. They say, hey, listen, put down $200, I'll give you $800 for the car, and then I only have to pay tax on $200. You understand that, Mr. Gatewood?
I understand your point of view.
Now, what did you, after you found out that the car wasn't there, you called the police. When did you realize that he had taken the car?
About 3 days after I made the report. I didn't hear from him. I called him. As soon as I called the police, I was like, your car's been stolen. I know I still owe you money on it. I'll pay you the money I owed on it, but just to let you know it's been stolen. So if you get any calls about it being found, then call me back. I didn't hear from him.
And he didn't tell you that he had taken the car?
No.
Right?
Right.
Right.
That
I was told by legal advice not to speak with her.
Just a second.
Sure.
She told you that she had reported the car stolen.
No, she didn't tell me that she
What
called
did she
the police.
say?
She left on the answer machine. She goes, I don't know if you have the car or not, but it's not up here. Give me a call. And that was it.
And did you call her?
No.
Well, didn't you think that she might call the police and report the car stolen?
Yes, but I didn't think they'd take a stolen police report without proof of ownership.
Well, then, that's your problem, Mr. Gatewood. So I'm dismissing that part of your complaint for having you arrested because it seems to me she did the right thing by calling you immediately. And if you wanted to be smart, you could have had a friend or someone else call her and say, he doesn't want to speak to you personally. He has the car. When did you find out that he had possession of the car?
Like I said, it was about 3 days after. When he didn't call and tell me, make any comment about it being stolen is when I knew that he must have taken it. I mean, because that's a part of his character that I wouldn't doubt. So a friend of mine was like, do you think he took it? And I'm like, you know, he's just miserable of enough person to have done that, but I'm not going to call him until I chill out because I was pissed. I had no notification.
Say, listen to me, you're in court. Try angry.
Angry. I was angry. I was out of control. No, I wasn't out of control. I was just angry. I was amazed that he could have done anything so low without any notification. But like I said, it's part of the nature that I knew of him.
So what did you do? Did you call the police?
I called the police and I said, I made a report a couple days ago. This is the number. Scratch that report. He goes, well, was the car stolen or wasn't it stolen? I said, well, it was taken without notification by its registered owner, so I don't know if you'd call that stolen. But it's not stolen. It's in the owner's hands. When I got a call from the Huntington Police Department a couple months later saying, we recovered your car, I knew something definitely went wrong with the reports. I called him immediately. I'm like, Guy, we need to talk to you about your car. There's some problems. If you need my help with anything, call me. And I will totally help you straighten it out. I never heard from him.
He should have told you. He should have notified you immediately that he had repossessed the car. That's what you do when you repossess a car. You tack a notice on the door. This property has been repossessed.
I sent her a registered letter.
Did she pick it up?
She refused it.
Can I see it?
It was...
Well, that's all right. She refused, so there was no notice. If you had a receipt that she had received it, that's one thing. Why didn't you just leave a message on her machine that you had the car, sir?
Because I couldn't prove that she would acknowledge the fact that she received any information from me.
You could have done both. Right? You could have done both, you know?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You buy a used car that's 25 years old. Listen, anything that reaches 25 years old starts to go downhill. Believe me, I know. You know, every year it gets a little bit worse.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Guy Gatewood says Nicole Boughton owes him for a car and a false arrest. Nicole says Guy owes her for payments and repairs she made on the car.
In any event, Mr. Gatewood, I'm really sort of surprised that you repossessed the car anyway, since she owed you just a couple of $100s on the car.
I waited 9 months, 3 of which she lived with me, to receive any form of further payment towards it. and there was nothing coming in. I sent her a letter saying, you know.
What do you mean she lived with you? She lived with you as boyfriend and girlfriend,
No,
or she lived with you as a tenant?
She was a tenant in one of my. I had a spare bedroom. She rented it out.
And while she was living with you, she was driving this car, and she
Yes.
and she did not make any payments.
No.
But then she moved out. But she paid you almost everything that was owed on the car.
75% of the thing, yes.
How long did you have the car?
I don't know, about a year and a half, year?
2 years, almost.
Yeah. We can talk about the repairs of this perfect car that I paid twice of what it was worth when I first bought it, and I had to immediately put in at least $1,000 on this perfect car. That the money went to his buddies at his garage who charged me so much for like
Well, you
repairs.
didn't. Just a second. Nobody forced you to go to his garage, right?
Well, I thought they
Miss
would.
Barton, nobody forced you to go to his
You're right.
garage.
You're right.
And when you buy a used car that's 25 years old,
but when it's supposedly in good condition,
what everybody
in
says,
great condition,
everybody says it's a cream puff. Isn't that the right word? It's a perfect car.
Anyway, he knew of these repairs, and that's why he wasn't getting some of the car payments on time, was because I was putting so much money into fixing this cream
Listen,
puff.
he's not your partner in this tragedy.
What's that?
He's not your partner in this car tragedy. You buy a used car that's 25 years old. Listen, anything that reaches 25 years old starts to go downhill. Believe me, I know. You know, every year it gets a little bit worse, right? Cars are no different from people. So you buy a 25-year-old car, you be prepared, even if the owner of the car says it's in great shape, to pay whatever it is. If you get disgusted paying for the repairs, then you sell it. But you don't charge it off. Because a bank wouldn't understand if you went to a bank and you say, well, I had to pay repairs for the car, and I had to pay my phone bill, and I had to pay this, and I had to pay that, so I can't pay you this month. They wouldn't have tolerated it. But I have a problem, because you two clearly knew each other. You were friends. You knew each other for a long time. She lived in your house. And Mr. Gatewood, I don't understand why you treated this in nothing more than what apparently is an arm's length transaction by going and repossessing the car, not notifying her immediately. Not notifying her immediately. Even if you send her a registered letter, that takes a couple of days to get there. Any normal person coming out of their house not seeing their car would call the police. Then you are at risk, sir. So you caused that problem yourself by repossessing the car without advising her that you were going to do it, or at least repossessing the car at midnight, tacking a notice on her door. I have in fact repossessed the car. If you have any problem with that, I'll see you in court. Whatever it is. But you didn't do that. So if you got arrested, that's your problem. So that part of your lawsuit is dismissed. And the only thing that I have to try to figure out is who owes who money for this car.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Now, you have any proof that you paid $2,300 for this car?
That was all in parts, receipts, stuff like that.
Well, let me see.
I did bring anything like that with me because I didn't feel it would be necessary for today.
And you say you bought it for $500?
Yes.
So let's see how much you made. So you don't have any proof of how much you put in to have it fixed for me. So let's say you put in nothing. So you bought it for $500. You got $1,575 from her, and you got another, according to you, $200 from your neighbor. 5, 7, 12. So far, you got $1,775 for a car that you paid $500 for. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, on the other hand, Ms. Barton, you had the use of a car for almost 2 years.
Right.
At about $750 a year, right?
Plus all the repairs.
That's what happens when you have a car. You do repairs on a car when you have a car. So for $750 a year, you had basic transportation.
Basic, very basic.
Did you have another car or just this car?
It was great.
It was great. So that seems to me as if, that's nice, 12 months. That was out to what? Less than $50 or 50, $60 a month to own a car? That's not bad. You have insurance for this car?
Not anymore.
Did you have?
Did I have?
Paid up insurance all the time?
All the time, no, not all the time.
Well, that was one of the reasons you repossessed the car, right?
I don't know.
Just a second.
He had more excuses for taking the car.
Let me ask you a question. No, he's very clear in his complaint. He says he was concerned because the car's in his name, and you told him you didn't have money to keep up the insurance. So he was afraid if he got into an accident in this car, they were going to come and take away his other car and everything else that he owns. Right? So you didn't have insurance on the car.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Sounds to me as if you made out okay, Mr. Gatewood, in the sale of the car. Sounds to me, Miss Borton, that you brought on some of this on your own, had no insurance on a car. You certainly weren't going to get stuck if the car was in an accident or if you hurt somebody. He was going to get stuck. He's the registered owner, and you have nothing because you couldn't even make the car payment, so they couldn't go after you. So it sounds to me as if you two folks absolutely deserve each other. Your complaint is dismissed. Your countersuit is dismissed. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
39-year-old attorney Marilyn Thomason says 29-year-old Bruno Herzog owes her for rent and utilities from when they lived together. Herzog says Marilyn is harassing him because she wants him as her boyfriend.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 369 on the calendar in the matter of Thomason versus Herzog. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats.
Miss Thomason, this defendant, according to you, lived in your home, and when he left, he owed you money for rent, utilities, etc.
That's correct.
Do you have a two-family home, or was he living in your apartment?
I rent a large home, and he was the first roommate that I advertised for after my long-term roommate died of cancer a year ago.
So he lived in a home that you rented?
Correct.
So he had his own room?
Yes.
Own bath?
Yes.
And kitchen privileges, is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So tell me about the rental agreement.
He answered the I'm the recycler, and we agreed on $600 a month plus 1/4 of the utilities.
Is that correct, sir?
No, it isn't, Your Honor.
Well, let's start. Did you answer an ad?
Yes, I did.
And you went to her home?
That's correct.
And what agreement did you come to?
Basically, as far as the rental agreement concerned, the rent was going to be $450 per month, and I also gave a $250 deposit at that time.
What about the utilities, sir?
The utilities were going to be fairly...
What about the utilities, sir?
The utilities were going to be fairly split.
Fairly split is not an arrangement, sir. Fairly split sounds ridiculous when you're talking between two strangers. Were you supposed to pay half the utilities, 1/4 of the utilities? What were you supposed to pay?
Basically, there was no straight agreement or arrangement on that. It was going to be split between... There was Marilyn and her 2 sons, plus her boyfriend also living there at the time.
What month did you move in?
I moved in the 1st of March.
Of this year?
That's correct.
And how many months did you live there?
I lived there for 6 months, Your Honor.
And how many months' rent did you pay?
I paid 2 months' rent, and at that time I had given notice of to vacate the day following.
So you paid for 2 months?
And the utilities, correct.
And you lived there for 6 months?
That's correct.
And you lived there March and April, and then you said you were leaving?
That's correct, Your Honor.
But you didn't leave?
But I did not leave.
And you stayed on for an additional 4 months and paid nothing? Why not?
At the time of notice of vacation, to vacate the premises, she had given me, which I have documented, written notices and a note from her stating that it would be okay for me to stay there as long as I want, for free, under no obligation to pay for rent or utilities.
Let me see the note.
Basically what I have and like to present to you at this time.
Don't tell me basically, just show me the note.
If I can present this to you, Your Honor.
Just the note. Show it to her, Bird, would you please?
That's one of several notes. I had a little trouble communicating with him, so I wrote notes.
I just want to see what it says here. Why did you give her notice that you were leaving, sir?
It was a very uncomfortable situation for me from the very beginning. I just felt it was appropriate for me to leave. It was just an unbearable situation in the house.
Okay. Tell me why it was an unbearable situation.
Basically, the first and foremost reason was the harassment that I've been receiving from her to somehow come into a physical relationship with her.
You mean from the time you moved in?
That's correct.
March and April.
That's correct.
And it was unbearable.
It was
According to
somewhat
you, you just said to
uncomfortable.
me
it
it
was
was
something uncomfortable and unbearable. Yes, Your Honor.
So you moved in March, you stayed in April. And after this unbearable situation, you stayed May, June, July, and August for another 4 months.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why?
Basically, she had, we had spoken and she had agreed that she was going to try to basically stop some of the inappropriate comments that she had made. I also have a note stating to my mother that she had made sexually indiscreet comments and
like
harassing
what?
comments.
Like what?
She would say, she'd note to her friends, "This is my little houseboy, Liz here, isn't he cute?" She would tell her friends to come over when I was around. She'd say things like, it'd be great if you wouldn't wear a shirt around the house. You have such a great body. Just a lot of small remarks like that. I mean, there's some photos.
Slowly she turned.
There's some photos here that I have.
Mr. Herzog.
Yes.
If a big guy like you doesn't like the heat, then you get out of the kitchen. Sounds to me, that's what it means. Unbearable. So you leave. Leave. If a situation is unbearable, that's what it means. Unbearable. So you leave. You didn't leave. You sponged.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Your beauty is going to go one day, sir. I know you must think you're a very handsome man and you can get away with murder. But anybody who can twist the truth like you can is not good looking in my eyes.
And later today,
I'm not a criminal. This is the first thing I've ever been in trouble for in my life. This has taken up way too much of my time already.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Attorney Marilyn Thomason is suing Bruno Herzog for unpaid rent and utilities. Bruno is countersuing Marilyn for sexual harassment.
Show me the rent receipts for May, June, July, and August. Show me your canceled checks to her in the amount of, let's say, your amount, $450 a month.
Okay, excuse me, Your Honor. Basically, the two things that I have here is I have, in the lawsuit, it states from the plaintiff that she states that there is a written agreement. In fact, she refused to ever provide me with a rental agreement.
Mr. Herzog, what word that I just said didn't you understand? Show me the rent receipts from May, June, July, and August.
That's also part of the situation that I have here is that in the beginning there was cash paid to her. I had asked for receipts on that on several occasions. That was refused to me. I felt that she said to me this was for...
So is what you're telling me, Mr. Herzog, that you paid her in cash?
That's correct.
And you didn't get a receipt?
That's correct, Your Honor, and I had asked for that.
You are
time
one
and time
lying
again.
sucker. You just told me no more than 5 minutes ago that you didn't pay her anything for those 4 months. And now you say you paid her, but you paid her in cash?
Yes, Your Honor, and I also have a statement from her in a response.
You just told me you didn't pay her for 4 months. And you told me the reason you didn't pay her for 4 months is because she volunteered for you to stay there for free.
That was
What is it? Did you pay her or did you not?
Your Honor, I paid her for the month March and April rent.
That's not what I asked you, sir. I said, show me the receipts for May, June, July, and August.
I have no receipts for those, Your Honor.
Because you didn't pay her for those months.
That's correct.
Right. So you owe her for those months. Because if something is so unbearable that you can't live there because you don't like the fact that she is making these suggestive statements to you, you're a big boy whose feet aren't planted in cement, you pick yourself up and you leave.
Well, Your Honor, through conversation with her, I felt that this problem would be resolved. She is an attorney, and I felt that she would understand as far as a relationship goes as a roommate, and there was going to be no physical or relationship
So
ever
did
in
it
there.
stop?
The harassment?
Did it stop?
It did stop for some time, Your Honor.
For how much time, sir?
It would be hard to say. I mean, there was comments made left and right, but maybe for the first month after that, it seemed to be, she seemed to work on it.
Mr. Herzog, what do you do for a living, sir?
I am self-employed. I own a business.
What kind of business do you own, sir?
It's a manufacturing business.
What kind of manufacturing?
We manufacture snowboards.
Snowboards. Mr. Herzog, did you ever hear the expression, beauty fades, dumb is forever?
Yes, I have.
Your beauty is going to go one day, sir. I know you must think you're a very handsome man and you can get away with murder, but I'm telling you, I do not find you particularly attractive. Maybe it's because I'm too old. I don't think so. But anybody who can twist the truth like you can is not good looking in my eyes. Now, if this lady had a thing for you, I don't know, maybe she's desperate. Who knows? In any event, you can't stand there as a man and tell me that you were so offended by the way your landlord was treating you, you stayed on for 4 months but didn't pay her any rent. You want to say something?
If I may.
About what?
About the sexual harassments that
Who are you?
I am Heidi Britton.
How do you know him?
He is my brother.
Where do you live?
I live in Laguna Beach.
Why didn't he live with you?
Because I'm an opera singer and I travel around the world.
Wonderful. So you must have an apartment that's free a lot.
No.
That's vacant a lot.
No, I have a husband.
Well, if the situation with your brother, madam, was so unbearable in his residence, and you, as his sister, who clearly cares about him, did not say, while it's so unbearable there, living with this lady and her 2 children, come and live with me, you're not much of a sister. Now you tell me whatever you want to tell me.
First day I met Marilyn, she had made comments about what a good-looking body, what, does he have a girlfriend? Is there anything that you can do to help me? I'm interested in basically, and I'd like to have a relationship with him.
So?
I told him no, that he had been seeing someone and that was inappropriate. I thought, he's my brother. I don't know you. I'm not going to divulge information or share information, which if he wanted you to know something, he would tell you something.
So what?
On other occasions, she had said to me, I really want Bruno to stay here. I'd like to be involved with him. I was out in the yard with his cats with Bruno. She said, I'll pay him to stay here. I really like Bruno. He'd be a...
So did you think that was all very sick?
I thought that was very, very sick.
Very sick.
In fact, I had assisted and started looking for other locations for my brother.
If you thought it was all very sick, why would you allow your brother to stay in a sick situation?
Well,
is he retarded?
No, he's not.
Is your brother retarded?
No, he's not.
Is he dim-witted?
No, he's not.
He owes her money. That's what he does.
Judge Judy is ready to rule, and later today...
You wouldn't know the truth, Mr. Neville, if he came up and bit you in the behind.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marilyn Thomason wants money owed for rent and utilities from her former roommate, Bruno Herzog. Mr. Herzog says Ms. Thomason harassed and assaulted him.
I'm taking his amount, madam, of $450, right? That's $1,800. And I'm not even tacking on much for utilities, another $50 for the 4 months, bringing your grand total to $2,000. Listen to me. I really have no idea whether she said what you attribute to her. Nothing sounds so lewd and lascivious to me. This is not sexual harassment in the workplace. You didn't work there. She wasn't trying to create a situation to make things unbearable for you so that you couldn't earn a living. You are clearly, at least according to your sister, of sound mind. And you had the ability and the capability to pick yourself up and move if you didn't like what was going on. You don't live there and sponge off somebody. Now, you've got a countersuit for sexual harassment. I assume that you've told me the best statements that you can think of that she said to you during the course of your tenancy that would at least touch my conscience and say that's terrible, right? And I don't find she sexually harassed you at all, sir. If she liked you and you didn't like her, the chivalrous thing to do would have been to have moved out as quickly as possible. Your counterclaim for sexual harassment is dismissed, and I am awarding the plaintiff $2,000 for your back rent and utilities. That's all.
Parties are excused. They step out.
She had just shot some photos of me without my consent when I was in the backyard, kind of half naked, I guess you'd say, with no shirt on, for her own, I guess, private use, pleasures.
You're
Disgusting.
an old, disgruntled woman who has 2 children by 2 different fathers. Get over it. He's not going to be a father to your children.
I have many friends, and I'm dating somebody.
Batteries.
No, we got along fine. He had a great sense of humor.
And now the next case.
Party's on Haney versus Neville Neiman. Step forward, please.
37-year-old florist Sue Haney says her neighbors Jeff Newman and Craig Neville stole her bicycle and destroyed it.
Bicycle that you owned.
Correct.
They were arrested. Correct. Bicycle that you owned.
Correct.
They were arrested. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Found guilty.
No.
Not if
We were arrested and convicted of receiving of stolen property.
Involved, but the stolen property was her bicycle.
Yes.
And when your bicycle was returned to you, it was returned in what condition?
Pieces.
So you're suing both of these young men for the cost of your bike, which is $202.64.
Right.
You want to tell me why you don't think that you are responsible to pay her? Let's start with you, Mr. Newman.
First of all, I paid a $200 restitution fine. I spent 2 days in jail. I almost lost my job over this, and I'm not a criminal. This is the first thing I've ever been in trouble for in my life.
So that's the reason why you don't think that you're responsible to pay her at least part of the money.
This has taken up way too much of my time already.
Now,
Shouldn't have taken it.
please.
Order.
Please.
I didn't take it.
Please. And you are Mr. Neville?
Yes.
Mr. Neville, would you tell me why you don't think that you are responsible to pay her at least part of the money for her bicycle?
Well, first of all, I didn't steal her bike, neither did Jeff. I bought the thing from somebody off the street.
Baloney! So let's start with the first, with that's baloney.
No, it's not.
Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. It's baloney. You just so happen to have bought a bike that was stolen from somebody off the street, and you knew one of her children or something, according to the complaint.
No,
Is that right?
I've known all of her children for years.
You knew all of her children, so it was just a coincidence that you had the bicycle and it was taken apart and dismantled so that some of you had the wheels, some of you had the main frame of the bike. That was all just a coincidence. Am I correct, sir? Just a coincidence?
Yes.
I want you to get him a copy of my book.
I think we would have been smart enough if we'd stolen this woman's bike to have gotten rid of the parts after we'd stolen them.
Mr. Neville, thieves are always stupid. You didn't buy this bike from some unknown person, sir. And if you did, I am certain that you would have told the police the name of the person that you bought the bike from. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
You told them the name of the person, and did they contact that person?
I don't know.
Did you tell them where they could find that person?
I didn't know where the person lived.
Well, why don't you tell me how it came about that you bought this bicycle from, let us call him John Jones? Why don't you look at me, sir, and tell me how it came about that you bought this bicycle?
I was hanging out with the guy at a party. He told me he had a bicycle.
You were hanging out with a guy at a party.
Mm-hmm.
Which guy?
His name was Steve.
And so Steve told you he had a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Told you he had a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Stupid trying to tell me that story?
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Don't you feel stupid trying to tell me that story?
No,
Don't you feel
it's the truth.
stupid? Oh.
I don't feel stupid telling the truth.
You don't know what the truth is. You wouldn't know the truth, Mr. Neville, if it came up and bit you in the behind. Each of you owes this lady $101 and 32 cents. You, sir, your excuse for not paying her is that this matter has taken up all too much of your time. Not an excuse. And your, sir, excuse that you bought this bicycle from and I quote, Steve doesn't wash with me. You're entitled to your money, madam. You have a judgment for that amount.
Thank you
That's all.
very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out. At the back door to your right, please.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next...
Step down, please.
31-year-old exotic dancer LaDonna Sanchez is suing her former friend and roommate, 26-year-old Sean Henry, for unpaid loans, rent, and a stolen VCR.
Order. All rise. Judge's case number 347 on the calendar in the matter of Sanchez versus Henry. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Well, each of you claim that the other owes you money.
All right. I've seen this Advanced Amino Formula all over TikTok, and honestly, I didn't believe the hype. But I actually tried it for 14 days. And here's what surprised me.
By day 3, the first thing I felt was energy. Real energy. Not caffeine, but like my body finally woke up. This formula has all 8 essential amino acids, the ones your body literally can't make on its own. And I noticed 2 big things. Faster recovery, soreness that normally lasts 2 days was gone in hours. Better focus, I didn't expect that. And I'm not kidding. My skin actually looked better. Aminos help your collagen. Didn't know that. I wanted to use with reticular skins over the Visay's skin is to sacrifice in their face.
If you want more energy, better recovery, or even to look healthier, this actually works. I'm sticking with it. I put the link in description. Check it out if you want the same results.
About the same amount of money, $2,600 change. Ms. Sanchez, you claim that this gentleman was living with you. He left owing you money for a variety of things, which you'll tell me about. You say you made a loan to her for lawyer, $1,500 for something. You'll tell me about that. So why don't you start from the beginning? How come the two of you were living together?
Sean said he had no place to go. And when we first moved together, he was getting kicked out of his apartment. I was leaving my apartment.
Had you been friends?
Yeah, we had been friends. We had met at work. And at the time, we were staying in a hotel, and it was like you pay every week. Then we found an apartment through one of his friends at work. He got the apartment in his name, okay? And then later I had got it put in my name. I have a rental agreement. And I was giving Sean the money because he knew the landlord. I had no idea, and I work at night. And so I would give Sean money every week to pay rent. Sean didn't pay rent. I have an agreement that we both signed saying that we're both 4 months in the hole in rent. And I'm like, you know, how in the world can this be? I give you money every week, you know?
What you're telling me is you gave him your share of the rent.
Every
How
week.
much was the rent?
$250.
$250 a month?
Each.
Yes, each. It's $500 a month.
Okay. So you gave him your $250?
Yes.
And he never paid the rent?
No. I have a piece of paper saying right here that we're both, and he signed it. We both signed it, saying that we're 4 months in the rent, 4 months behind in the rent to this day.
Didn't I pay her 70?
I don't know. Do you have a receipt?
Shh, don't talk to each other. Don't talk to each other. Okay. You both signed that you're both responsible for half the rent. Did you pay the rent, sir?
When I moved out, I paid $750.
I'm talking about while you were living there with her.
We were together for a whole year and a half.
How long were you living in the apartment together?
About a year and a half, 2 years.
And did you pay the rent?
Yes.
All that time?
Yes.
No, he didn't. He's lying.
Ms. Sanchez,
Yes, ma'am.
you have rent receipts?
She had them all.
Did you ultimately pay all the rent?
Not yet. I am still in the hole because of Sean.
How did that come about, that you're in the hole?
Okay, Sean was unemployed. First, Sean moved out, okay, because me and Sean and my boyfriend were living together, right? And everything was fine, but we still owed her $2,000.
The three of you were living in the apartment?
Yes.
And the rent was $500?
Yes.
So
but my boyfriend didn't really live there. He wasn't responsible for any of the rent. That was my responsibility. He didn't hardly have any clothes there, okay? He was just,
You just told
there.
me the three of you were living
in
there.
a two-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
He had his own room. I had my own room. He had his company. I had my company. So my boyfriend didn't really live there. He had all his clothes someplace else. My boyfriend did. Sean was fired from his job, came crying to me that he didn't have any place to go. Okay, no place to go. He couldn't go live with his brother. They're having problems. He can go live with his father. They're having problems.
So what you're saying to me, madam...
So I let him move back in. I let him move back in on the agreement that he helped me with households.
In May of 1997, sir, you signed an agreement that you owed her a total of, well, this would be $1,000, right? Because it says that total owing was $2,000. And Henry and Sanchez are responsible for 50% of the total, and you signed this, correct? So you acknowledged in May that you owed her $1,000.
Yeah.
Right? Did you pay her?
I paid the landlord $750.
No. I'm not saying what you paid the landlord. I'm saying what you paid her.
Why would I owe her?
Because I gave you the money every day to pay the rent, and you didn't, stupid.
Now, you want me to dismiss your lawsuit?
No.
This is $2,000. Each of you owe half of that. So that's $1,000. Did you pay it or did you not pay it?
I paid $750. I guess I still owe the landlord $250.
When did you pay the landlord $750?
July?
When did you move out?
July?
No.
Shh. Show me the receipt.
I don't have that.
That makes this easy. So that's $1,000. What else does he owe you for?
He bought, through his work, I got a VCR because he could get it cheaper from Dow Stereo.
How much did you pay for it?
$160.
Okay.
That's all the money that I gave him for the VCR.
How much did you pay for the VCR?
Got a receipt right here.
Okay.
$213.
$213, and you gave him $160. Where's the receipt?
I didn't ask Sean for receipts.
Okay. Did she give you $160 for the VCR?
Every day I get...
You wanted a video camera.
Listen to me.
But you didn't.
You each want money from each other. It would be very foolish. So you say you bought it for $160, and you're going to show me a receipt for $213. And you claim that when he moved out, why did he move out?
Because he wouldn't do his chores, nor did he pay rent. The first month that he moved back in after he was unemployed, he went to Las Vegas, okay? That was on Memorial Day. Didn't tell me anything. And then he comes home, oh, I'm broke, I went to Las Vegas. Like, what the hell are you going to Las Vegas for? Oh, so I could see if I could win some more money. And I'm like, you've got to be stupid. And every day, that month that he was there and he was unemployed, I gave him money, because every day I had to go to work.
Are you finished?
Yes.
What's the address of this apartment where you live together?
802. Apartment A. He didn't help me with the chores. He didn't help me take care of the
I don't care. I'm not your therapist, madam. This is a court.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Are you telling me that this attorney, under the penalties of perjury in the state of California, is lying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, really? Maybe I'll call him.
And later today...
She was in high demand because she was a natural blonde and had natural big breasts.
I'm sure if I chose to pursue that career instead of a research scientist, I would be in high demand, yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dancer LaDonna Sanchez wants her former close friend Sean Henry to pay her for back rent. Sean says she kicked him out.
So what happened with the VCR that you said was yours?
He took it from me. I went to sleep. He went in my room and took it out of my room.
Okay. Now what's your story?
I let her use it. I never said she can have it. I bought it.
Utter crap.
Shh.
I said you could use it.
Now, you also say that you made some loans to him. You want to tell me about that?
The month that he moved in, since he was unemployed, he would ask me for money every day.
I'm not talking, listen to me. I'm not talking about the $5 and the $10 that you say you gave him because he was unemployed. Did you lend him any large sums of money for which he promised to make payment?
Not all at one time. Every day, can I borrow some money? Can I borrow some money?
Did you keep a record of that?
He was my best friend.
Did you keep a record? The answer is no. So you're just guessing. About how much money you
No,
lent him?
I'm not. I knew how much money I had saved in my drawer before he had moved in.
So how much money did you give him?
$350.
I don't believe that you can.
I did. Every day I gave him $20 or $30 every day because he needed it.
So
he
did
needed
you
it for
write
gas.
down-
He was supposed to go look for a
Did
job.
you write-
I bought him news.
You're not listening to me, Miss Sanchez. I said, did you write down these numbers?
I didn't think I had to.
Well, then that's a problem.
He's supposed to be my best friend. He was supposed to be my little brother.
Now you're countersuing her for a lot of money too. Let me hear it.
Well, one time
Not well. Look at me.
she got arrested coming back across the border, and she needed a lawyer. So she called me crying, I need a lawyer. So I paid $1,500 for a retainer to try and help her out.
When was this?
June 26, 96.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No.
You just took out a piece of paper. What is that?
This is the piece of paper that was the only thing that I gotten from that lawyer. I saw that lawyer once. I knew it wouldn't do me any good. I cussed Sean out on the phone about what do I need a lawyer for? Lawyer wasn't going to do me any good.
Just a second. You went to see a lawyer.
No, I didn't. The lawyer came to jail. And I'm like,
Lawyer came to jail. Lawyers don't do anything for free.
I didn't ask him for the lawyer. I never asked him for the lawyer. And if I did ask for him a lawyer, it wouldn't be from him. It would have been from my boyfriend.
Listen to me. Where were you when you paid this lawyer? Were you in
I was...
California?
Yeah.
Does he have a receipt?
I have a feeling you two people deserve each other because you are, Miss Sanchez, irritating me. And I'm just about ready to show you the door. Do you understand?
Yes.
With nothing. Not your $1,100, nothing, if you do it again. You got it? I want you to show me any documentation, sir, that you have with regard to this lawyer.
Right here.
Can I see it, please? Well, this clearly is a letter from an attorney indicating that he accepted a non-refundable retainer in the amount of $1,500 from the defendant on your behalf on the 26th of June, 1996.
That's his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend's father. Why wouldn't he write him that piece of paper?
Are you telling me that this attorney, under the penalties of perjury in the state of California, is lying? Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, really? Maybe I'll call him.
No.
Maybe I'll call him. You want me to call him?
Can you look at this for me
Sure.
for a minute?
I asked you a question. Do you think I have to call him?
No.
Right.
But he was never my attorney. I did not ask Sean to get me a lawyer.
How did you find out she had been arrested?
She called me from jail.
I believe that, Miss Sanchez.
I did not ask him.
How would he know that you're in jail unless you called him?
I did call him from jail.
And what did you call him for? To say, how are you?
No, we lived together.
This happened a long time ago, correct? Did you ever sue her for this money?
No.
Why?
So I cared about her.
Good.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
When the lawyer thing came about...
You're lying, Miss Sanchez. Don't lie to me. I don't like when you lie to me.
I did not. Yeah. I'm not lying.
Sure you are. Now, was there ever an agreement that you had with her that she would repay this lawyer's fee to you?
Well, we had an agreement.
Mr. Henry, you don't want to go down that road, sir. I guess you do. You want to tell me about this agreement? Tell me what words we used, Mr.
Well,
Henry.
she said, get me out of here. Whatever it cost.
And you said?
I'll try the best I can. I borrowed the money from my brother.
No, don't tell me how you borrowed the money. She said, get me out of here. Right?
Yes.
And you did?
Well, I tried.
Okay. No, an agreement to pay it back means get me out of here, whatever it costs, and I will pay you back. That's a contract. That's an oral contract. But you didn't have that with her.
No.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought. That's honest.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You never paid rent. You didn't clean up the house. You didn't clean up your stuff. I had to sit up there and pick up after you. Bought food and everything. nothing.
And later today,
She begged me for sex, Your Honor. Literally.
Mr. Swan, you're not that attractive, sir.
Thank you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Exotic dancer LaDonna Sanchez wants her former close friend Sean Henry to pay her for back rent, loans, and a stolen VCR.
A, I can't figure out who owns the VCR. I have a bill here for $213. So
She's also
I can't-
caused damage to my truck.
Shh. So I can't make a determination with regard to the VCR. I can only make a determination with regard to the contract that you both entered into, indicating that you are indebted to her for the amount of $1,000. Now, you want to tell me about this truck?
Yeah, she's damaged it.
Well, tell me about that.
Well, one time at work, she said she locked the keys in, so she had to break the back window, and I had to pay for that.
I paid him back.
And when we were in a fight, I wouldn't let her drive it. She didn't have a license or insurance on it.
So what did she do to the truck?
She kicked it. Put a nice dent on the driver's side door.
Let me see.
And I got estimates of the damage right here.
Looks like there's lots of damage on this truck. Lots of scratches on this truck.
From his DUIs.
You have about your boyfriend kicking it.
Oh, wonderful. You ready? Dismissed! Dismissed! Goodbye.
Party's not excused. Step out.
I don't understand why it was dismissed. Because I talked? He was supposed to be my best friend. Okay, he dogged me just because I won't be his stupid girlfriend. Sorry. Now it's dismissed because you're stupid. Never see my f***ing money again. Make me sick.
And now the next case.
Party's on Maris versus Swan. Step forward.
32-year-old research scientist Ann Maris is suing her former friend, physical education instructor William Swan, for unpaid credit card bills.
Why do women give men credit cards?
I think it has something to do with the word convinced. Mr. Swan looked me straight in the eye and told me he loved me, wanted to marry me, that I thought he had morals.
Mr. Swan. Go ahead.
I thought he had morals.
How did you meet him?
I met him in the produce section of an Asian store, Asian market.
And how long did you know him before you put his name on your credit
5
card?
months.
And had you dated during that 5 months?
Beginning about 2 or 3 months prior to that, we started seeing each other on a more regular basis and talking pretty much every day on the phone, at least once.
So he needed some credit, and you said you'd give him credit on your card.
He said one morning I talked to him from work, and he said he desperately needed a refrigerator, that he was getting skinny, and that his brother wouldn't loan him the money, and that it would be about $500. And I told him I didn't have the money, and I thought we could find one a lot cheaper than that, as I had paid $100 for mine, and that I would be willing to let him put it on a credit card that had no other money on it, so we could be clear. And he had told me he was going to pay it out of his tax return, and he didn't know why his brother wouldn't loan him the money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To make a long story short, because
Sure.
Mr. Swan is going to tell me what his defense is,
Mhm.
he ran up bills on the credit card totaling $1,500.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And he does not dispute that.
No.
Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
But this is your defense, that you had an agreement with her. And your agreement was that as long as you maintained the payments on the credit card, that she would keep it open.
Absolutely.
But that there came a point when you took out a significant amount of money. How much, $1,100?
Yeah.
And that after you took out that amount of money, she closed the credit card down.
Yes.
So your defense is that she breached the agreement
Yes.
by canceling the credit card, and therefore you do not owe her this money. That's what your defense is.
Something to that effect.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Well, why don't you tell me what I got wrong?
Well,
Why don't you?
not that I don't necessarily owe, but the fact that she breached our contract with reference to me keeping the payments paid, that I shouldn't have to pay because she cut it off basically out of spite because I wouldn't have sex with her.
That's not true, of course.
She begged me for sex, Your Honor.
What is that?
Literally.
Mr.
And I
Swan.
just, you know.
Mr. Swan, you're not that attractive, sir.
Thank you.
What does this have to do about owing?
She
her
thought so.
Order.
Well, sometimes love is blind. Mr. Swan, you're not serious with me, are you? You're not trying to tell this to me with a straight face that you don't owe the money that you took out on her credit card because she breached the agreement when she cut off your credit.
I never said I didn't know it.
Are you sure you said, as far as I'm concerned, she broke the agreement and I have no intention of giving her a dime?
That's what I said. But
That's what you said right here in your answer.
Yeah, but I didn't say I
Good.
didn't know
You owe her $1,500 judgment for the plaintiff. That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Garrett is suing her granddaughter, Misty Oman, and Misty's boyfriend, Tom Bradford, claiming they used her, destroyed her property, and stole precious mementos.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Ma'am. Judge, number 230 on the calendar in the matter of Garrett versus Bradford Oman. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Miss Garrett, this is your granddaughter.
That's correct.
Your name is Bradford?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're her boyfriend?
Yes.
You live together?
Yes.
And you have 2 children?
3.
3 children. But they're not your children?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Garrett, you're suing your granddaughter and her boyfriend
Yes, Your Honor.
because you rented them a house.
Yes, I did.
And you say that A, they did not pay rent.
That's correct.
B, they vandalized your house.
Yes.
And they took property that was yours from the house.
Absolutely.
When did you and why did you rent this house to them?
Well, Misty lived there prior for a year, approximately, prior to a year of her mom moving out.
So originally her mother lived there and she lived with her mother and her 3 children.
Exactly. And then the mother moved out and Misty...
That's your daughter?
My daughter. Misty didn't have any place to go, nor the money to go anyplace else. So I told her I would rent her my house, and I did.
What was the monthly rental?
$466. That covers my mortgage payment.
Now, you admit, Miss Oman, that you did not make one rental payment.
Yes.
And that's after you say you were served with an eviction notice from your grandmother.
Yes.
So you admit that you owe her that money.
Yes, I do.
There came a time when you decided to evict her.
Yes.
Can you tell me why?
Well, for one thing, they were not paying the rent, which I needed. I'm on a fixed income. I needed the rent money to cover my own expenses. I have enough to take care of my own personal needs, but not that of Misty, her boyfriends, or her children. So I needed the money for that. And the eviction started over the payment. There was also other problems involved during the eviction.
Like what?
Over the children.
What?
I heard verbal abuse from Mr. Bradford with the 3 children. I was very much concerned about that. They were going to ship the young boy off to Alaska to a father that he hardly knew, to people that did not know him. And I was very upset.
Her oldest child they were going to send to the father's house.
In Alaska, because he was causing problems. He does have a behavior problem. But to me, you don't have throwaway children.
How close do you live to them?
I lived about 60 feet in a studio apartment that's on the same property as my big house.
Before you served them with an eviction notice, did you tell them that you wanted them to move out?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
I sent them a letter asking them to come to me to work out a payment plan for the rents owed.
How many months' rent did they owe you by the time they left?
She stayed there. They stayed there. May I have a drink of water?
Please.
They stayed there for 3 months. They paid me a total of $580.
Do you have proof of payment of more than $580?
No, I do not.
I used money orders, and I gave the money orders to my grandma, and then she went to the bank and made the payment.
She says that you gave her a total of $580 during the 3 months that you were living there.
We were there for 3 months, and I did pay the first 2 months. The third month I did not pay.
She says that one of the reasons she started eviction proceedings is because you weren't paying her.
No, that is not true. And
well, then
she's
do you have the
claiming-
receipts to show me 2 payments of $466
No,
each?
Your Honor, I do not.
And are you saying that the total they paid you was $580?
That's correct.
And she's also claiming that we owe, or that the rent was $466, which the mortgage payment and the insurance together is, but I was only responsible for $290 of it.
Why?
I didn't pay the insurance. That was not our agreement.
Just a second. Maybe when your mother was living there, it was split differently, but what was your mortgage payment?
$466.02, in fact.
You have proof of that?
Yes,
Cheryl?
I do.
Can I see it, please?
Your Honor, actually, the payments were $290 as they were when the mother lived there.
No. No. Who said so?
That's exactly how much they were.
She says that you had an understanding that you were going to pay whatever amount it was to cover her mortgage payment.
She's claiming $466, I believe, but that's not true, Your Honor.
Well, I want to see whether it's $466. She's going to show me.
The mortgage may, with the insurance may indeed be that, but that doesn't mean that was the agreement to pay that.
Well, why should why should she subsidize you? Where can you find a house for $466?
Well, I don't think that's the issue.
No, just a second. Where can you find a house for $466?
You can find them in Fresno. They're available. The people can scoff if they want. You're in Los Angeles. In Fresno, it's not uncommon to find a house for $450. It may not be palatial, but it'll be something that you can live in. And
Well, was this a nice house?
Yeah, it is. It is a nice house. It's an older house, 70 or 80 years old, and it's very large.
Good. Well, $466 doesn't seem to me outrageous. So do you work?
Ma'am.
Do you work?
Do I work?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
Well, I just got a job as a production supervisor with a poultry company.
What were you doing during the time that you were living with Miss Oman in her grandmother's house?
Well, you mean, was I seeking employment or was I working?
No, were you working?
No, at that time I wasn't working. I was seeking employment.
Well, who was supporting you?
I received unemployment.
How much?
$400 a month.
And were you working?
No.
Why not?
Well, I have a few things that I'm a recovering addict, alcoholic, and during that time I've been seeking therapy and help for myself and for my kids, and that...
Well, you certainly weren't living on $400 a month that he was getting from unemployment insurance, so you must have been subsidized by the state in some way. Is that right?
Yes.
So you were receiving welfare?
Yes.
How much?
A total of $620 a month.
So you were receiving $620 and he was getting $400. That's $1,000 some odd dollars a month, more than enough to pay Grandma's mortgage.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
While she was involved with drugs, involved with alcohol, she had 2 more illegitimate children with 2 other men. Now, Mr. Bradford, you can understand why her grandmother was slightly frustrated.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lavelle Garrett claims her granddaughter, Misty Oman, and Misty's boyfriend, Tom Bradford, did not pay rent, stole, and damaged her property. Misty says her grandmother is trying to control her.
Now, let's get beyond the mortgage. Let's get to this vandalism. You have photographs of the house?
Yes, I do. It's under the green tag there that you have. I also have the color ones for you if you would like. Those are copies.
I'd like to see the originals, please. One of the things, Miss Garrett, that I'm sort of surprised at, well, I'm not faulting you because, you came prepared for this lawsuit, but that you took such care to prepare this lawsuit when your granddaughter was involved. So my sense is that there's something more to this than just this property damage. Did you have a fight with her about sending this young boy to Alaska?
Yes, I did.
When did you have that fight with her?
It was after the eviction.
No, Your Honor, that's not true. It was prior to the eviction.
Okay, I couldn't be mistaken about that, Your Honor. I'm not sure. I mean, there's been an ongoing argument about this child for a long time because of my concern for his welfare.
Did you ever ask your granddaughter if your grandson could come and live with you?
He did live with me for 1 year. He was in my custody for 1 year. At this time, as we speak, he is living with my daughter.
With his maternal grandmother?
Right.
Is that through the state?
No.
By agreement?
By agreement between Mr. Bradford and Miss Oman.
Well, what does he have to do with it?
You tell me.
Nothing is the answer. I'd like you to look at some of these photographs and tell me whether any of this looks familiar to you.
I'd also like to add, Your Honor, this is a very sad day for me to have my granddaughter in court. I have loved this young lady for 24 years, and this is very, very sad for me to have her in court. But I've had it. I'm up to here with her, the men she's been dragging in and out of her children's life.
Your Honor, I'm trying to be polite and be reserved and be respectful of the court. And, you know, I'm just going to take a chance here and speak out. You know, I'm a good human being. I'm not going to be ashamed of the fact that I'm in between jobs. Many people in America are in between jobs right now. And it's nothing to laugh at or to be ashamed of. And I met Misty some months ago in March, in fact, and we developed a relationship. And we had a good relationship. In fact, her suitor, Bob Magretta, hired me to do a number of odd jobs for him while I was in between jobs. And in fact, after the eviction, offered me work and offered us a place to stay in one of his apartments that he rents. And we have a letter here stating that, saying you can come and live in one of my apartments and you can continue to have your job. We're not bad people. And I love her children and I love her. And we're planning to have a future together.
Mr. Bradford, let me stop you, sir. I don't doubt certain of the things that you said to me. You don't fall in love with children after 6 months.
I didn't say I fell in love.
Just a second. You said
I love the children.
You say you love her and you love her children. You don't love her children. You don't love her children. You may tolerate 2 of them, certainly. You didn't love the third one. The third one was being sent away thousands of miles away from his siblings because clearly he was not thriving in your home, and he was probably, in all probability, you don't send the child away unless they are particularly troublesome.
He was going for a 4-week vacation, Your Honor, to see the father who she summons down to help with the child within the last few years. If you ask her, she'll tell you.
Just a second. That's not what it says in the answer.
When the psychiatric, when the doctors at the psychiatric facility recommended that we allow him to try to work out some of the unresolved issues by visiting with his dad.
What do you, Mr. Bradford? What do you think the unresolved issues are, sir?
Well, I'm not a professional in the psychiatric field, but
so you're not a professional, and you've been in this family for 6 months. You've been involved with these 3 children for 6 months. You have 3 children. Were you married once or more than once?
Once.
Once. And the father is, the person who lives in Alaska is the father of all 3 of your children?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. How many children is he the father of?
1.
1. And the other 2 children, do they have the same father?
No, Your Honor.
So I want you to listen to me very carefully, Mr. Bradford. What she said is she's had it up to here with the men that her granddaughter has brought into the lives of her grandchildren. And right now, very simple. I mean, just on its face, Misty acknowledges she had a substance abuse problem. Hopefully she's in recovery. But the bottom line is she has 3 children by 3 different men, only one of whom she was married to. She has a little boy who was clearly suffering as a result of his mother's addiction. She was, in all probability, neglectful of the children while she was involved with drugs. That's clear. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. While she was involved with drugs, involved with alcohol, she had 2 more illegitimate children with 2 other men. Now, Mr. Bradford, you can understand why her grandmother, who has probably been around for all of these tragedies that have gone on for her grandchildren, is slightly frustrated.
Well,
so don't tell me, sir, that we're good people, and I love all these 3 children, because this lady has heard that before.
Well,
you have to understand the frustration.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Am I guessing at the fact that each of her 3 children have 3 different fathers?
No,
not
you're
guessing
not.
at that. And I'm not guessing at the fact, sir, that you don't know one thing that went on in this family from your own personal knowledge for the last 10 years.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Airline technician Lavelle Garrett says her granddaughter, Misty Oman, and her boyfriend, Tom Bradford, owe her for back rent and damaged property. Misty says it all started when she sent her son away.
Now, all I want you to do is look at those photographs and you tell me whether any of that damage to her property looks familiar. Just look at it.
There are some things that I am responsible for, but
like
some
what?
of this, for example, the broken portable closet, no. This screen.
What are you responsible for?
This screen right here, the cat potty.
The what?
The feces, the cat feces that they left in my bathroom floor, plus cat litter in my kitchen with cigarette butts and cat feces in it. The pictures are all here.
You're not suing for that much money. Right now, you're almost to the amount of money from back rent.
This coffee cup right here that's broken on the porch, somebody threw that at the window. And
Keep going.
Your Honor.
What?
The doorbell was removed because he took it down. It didn't work. He took it down. He was going to repair it. Grandma said that she didn't have the money to repair it, so we just left it on top of the refrigerator. This stuff is all just a mess from moving.
Just a minute. What do you mean it's a mess from moving? Why did you leave a mess when you moved?
We were moving, so we had
Who was
stuff
supposed to clean it up?
No,
Missy, who was supposed to clean it up? Did you come back and clean up your mess after you moved?
Yes, this stuff we took with us.
I'm talking about the mess after you left. Cat litter, cigarette butts in the cat litter, dirt all over the place. Did you come back and clean that up?
No, my grandmother did not want me to come back to clean it up.
Did you? You mean you called your grandmother and said, I left the house a mess, I want to come back just for a day just to clean up the mess?
No, my grandmother made it very clear, do not come back.
The sheriffs escorted her out, and when she forgot 1 or 2 items inside the place in her, hasty exodus from the residence, they wouldn't even let her back in to get those items, okay? And so, when a sheriff's there and the kids are all on the porch crying, and she's trying to get her stuff and get out. I'm not making her out to be an angel, but
All right, I've seen this Advanced Amino Formula all over TikTok, and honestly, I didn't believe the hype. But I actually tried it for 14 days, and here's what surprised me.
By day 3, the first thing I felt was energy, real energy. Not caffeine, but like my body finally woke up. This formula has all 8 essential amino acids, the ones your body literally can't make on its own. And I noticed 2 big things. Faster recovery, soreness that normally lasts 2 days was gone in hours. Better focus, I didn't expect that. And I'm not kidding. My skin actually looked better. Aminos help your collagen. Didn't know that. I wanted to use with reticular skins over the Visayas skin is to sacrifice in their face.
If you want more energy, better recovery, or even to look healthier, this actually works. I'm sticking with it. I put the link in description. Check it out if you want the same results.
she's a good person, Your Honor, and I love her. And you see her sister over there crying, and I'll tell you why she's crying. Because you're making her out to, you're guessing, and I respect your position.
I'm not guessing, Mr.
No, that's
Bradford.
exactly what you're doing.
Listen,
That's exactly
I'm not
what you're
guessing,
doing.
sir. Am I guessing at the fact that Miss Oman has 3 children? Am I guessing?
That part you're not.
Am I guessing at the fact that each of her 3 children have 3 different fathers?
No,
not
you're
guessing
not.
at that. I'm not guessing at the fact that she was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I'm not guessing at that.
No, ma'am, you're not.
I'm not guessing at the fact that you've been involved in this family for less than a year. I'm not guessing at that.
No, you're not.
And I'm not guessing at the fact, sir, that you don't know one thing that went on in this family from your own personal knowledge for the last 10 years.
Well,
you don't
sure
know
I
that.
do.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Miss Garrett, listen to me. Don't rent them an apartment anymore. I don't know if he's going to be long-term or short-term, whether he's going to be as long-term as the other 3 guys that were in your granddaughter's life. I haven't a clue. You've sued for very little money. slightly over $1,100. They owe you at least $800 in rent. That's your lawsuit. $1,184 is what your lawsuit was for. There is, based upon what I've seen, the mess alone in that apartment, as far as I'm concerned, takes at least $300 to clean up that kind of disaster. So, you tell me that this was a painful thing for you to do.
Yes, it is.
I not only think it's painful, I'm not so sure that I would have done it. I would have just said, from now on, I'm not going to bail my granddaughter out, and I would have eaten the $1,100. You chose not to do that, and I can't fault you for not saying, I'm going to chalk it up, and right from now on, they're on their own. It's sad that you brought her to court. She owes you the money. She owes you the money for rent, and she owes you the money for cleaning up the mess that she and her boyfriend left in your house. Judgment is for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,100. That's it, Miss Garrett. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And
Ms. Holguin, step forward, please.
22-year-old Gracie Braun is suing her best friend's mother, Rita Holguin, for using her Sears credit card and not repaying her. Rita is countersuing for the years that she supported Gracie.
Order. All rise. Quiet, please. Judge, this is number 349 on the calendar, the matter of Braun versus Holguin. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have seats, please.
I've read these papers. Let me see if I understand this. Miss Braun, you lived with the defendant for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Lived in her home.
Yes.
You were friends or friends of one of her children. Is that right?
Yes.
How old were you when you moved into her house?
18.
And how many years did you live there?
Till April 21st of 1996.
And how old were you?
I was 20.
So you lived there for 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
And did you get married? Is that why you left?
Mm-hmm.
According to your papers, there was a time when you allowed the defendant to use your Sears credit card, I believe on 3 occasions, and the total bill was about $500. That's what you're suing her for.
Yes.
She's quite offended, right?
That's right.
Tell me why.
Well, because of the fact that, I opened my doors for her. She was my daughter's best friend. And so I just figured, and she was an 18, she was 17. I have proof because we had, at the time, we decided that she was going to live under our roof. We were going to give her medical and dental insurance to cover for her braces. I have the enrollment forms from my husband's state insurance.
So you covered her health insurance?
I covered her health insurance, her medical insurance. I paid for her homecoming prom dress that I have pictures of. I didn't ask for anything in return, and for her to have the audacity to come back at me for the $530-some. I did pay her back that. I did pay her in cash. I paid her. I never go without paying a debt, and I never thought that I'd have to have a receipt to carry with me to prove that I have paid her, because she would call me mother, she would call my husband dad. I loved her as a daughter, and she wasn't really anything to me. And the only reason that I feel that she did this is because of the fact that her mother-in-law was upset because I wouldn't come out and give her money for the wedding expenses when she got married.
So this, you believe, is really over money for her wedding?
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Well, when back at the time that she was getting her wedding arrangements done, we were going to be getting a settlement. My mother was run over and killed back in '95, and I was waiting for a check to come in. And at the time, I was also on disability. I've had back surgery. And I had offered to help out with the wedding expenses, half of the wedding expenses.
That was very nice of you.
Yes, it was.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I loved her.
You have your own family?
Yes, I do.
You have children of your own?
Yes, I do. I have 2 children at home and a grandson and my husband.
And you volunteered to pay for part of the wedding?
Yes, I did.
And then what happened?
And then when the months went and the money wouldn't be coming in, they were getting very stressful.
What do you mean the money wouldn't be coming in?
The money that was supposed to be coming in for the settlement. And it was getting closer to the wedding. And the mother-in-law was getting very stressful. Where's the money? Where's the money? And I didn't have the money. And what little that I did have, I went ahead and altered her wedding dress, and I had paid for the cleaning. I had paid $100 towards the mariachis. Just little things like that, but never did I ever hear that they had, confronted the mother, the biological mother, for any money. After everything that we've done for her, I just can't understand why she comes around and wants to sue me for $532 when it's over an amount of over $5,000 that we have here in receipts.
Let me just take a look and see, because you have a counterclaim, which you understand.
Yes.
I really can't address, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you never had an agreement with her.
Exactly.
That she was going to repay you for your kindnesses.
Yes.
You gave to her because you wanted to. In order for me to entertain your countersuit, I have to find that there was a contract, even if it was a verbal one, for her to pay you. And there wasn't one.
Exactly.
Okay. So let me take a look at some of these things.
There is the orthodontist bill way at the back. It shows $1,000 paid towards her dental work.
Did she pay $1,000 towards your dental work?
Did she? No, she didn't.
Who
I
did?
have
The
copies
insurance.
right here of everything that I paid for. The contract is in my name. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, did you actually pay for her orthodontic?
My husband's medical insurance paid for that, yes.
Now, when you were there for 2 years, 2.5 years, were you going to school?
Yes. I paid rent. I paid her $37.50 a week, which added up to $150 a month.
And what did that include?
I didn't have to pay for groceries or anything. The only thing that we had to pay for was shampoo and detergent, stuff that we used.
Okay. So for $150 a month, you covered your rent, your gas, electric, your food, and whatever other incidental expenses that they may have paid for. They took you out to dinner. When your family went out to dinner, did you go with them?
Yeah.
And when the family went out to dinner and you went with them, were you asked to pay your share?
No, sometimes she
they...
would treat, sometimes we would treat. It was never like they paid for everything.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
If you do things for people, then that's out of the kindness of your heart. You don't have to keep a log, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this.
I happen to think you're pretty ungrateful.
And later today,
I don't think he thought anything wrong with the three of you living nicely together. You look like three nice people. You could live nicely together.
Yeah, the Golden Girls do it.
What? The Golden Girls do it? He's cute.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gracie Braun says her best friend's mother, Rita Holguin, used her credit card and never paid her back. Rita says she not only paid her back, but she supported her for over 2 years.
Now tell me about the Sears credit card. Why did you need her Sears credit card?
The time that I used a charge card, it was probably just something that I had to buy, and the money hadn't came in yet, the settlement, and I knew I was going to pay her back. And I specifically remember paying her back because what I do is I put it in a list of who I have to pay. And when I got my settlement, my sister here, she was there when I showed her that I was going to pay Gracie. I entered my daughter's room and I had the money in my hand. I says, Gracie, would you like for me to go pay the Sears account, or would you do it yourself? She had stated, I'll pay it later, Mom.
Your Honor, I moved out of her house while she was in Hawaii. I went back the night before, and she helped me get the rest of my stuff to take me. I don't know when she came and gave me this money, because I have statements here. She signed her own name on my card, and this one she signed my name. So I don't know if you want to look at these, but she never gave me any money.
But Ms. Braun, tell me about this wedding problem, because that's probably what precipitated this lawsuit. I can't imagine otherwise why you would, after what appears to me to be tremendous kindness by a total stranger to you, you would come into court and sue her for $500.
That wasn't even the thing. I called, I have talked to her on many occasions about this bill. I told her, I cannot afford to pay this anymore because that's not right. You know, she did do a lot of things for me out of the kindness of her heart, which I don't understand why she wants me, or why she's patting herself on the back. If you do things for people, then that's out of the kindness of your heart. You don't have to keep a log, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this.
We're talking about 2.5 or more years of taking care of, really, a total stranger. And there's something else here. I mean, maybe it's about this wedding business. Did you have a big wedding?
Yes, I did.
Did you expect her, was there an arrangement where you expected her to pay for part of the wedding?
I never asked her. She offered.
Offered to pay how much?
for half.
And how much was the wedding?
I don't even know. My mother-in-law paid for everything. She made arrangements to pay for the whole thing. She offered to pay for half, so she started adding in, oh, let's have mariachis, let's do this, let's do that, because she was going to pay for half.
Right.
Well, 2 weeks before the wedding, she started saying, I can't pay for this, I can't pay for that, I can't pay for this. I never said anything to her about it. That was never an issue with me.
Were you angry? Was your mother-in-law angry?
No.
Then I don't understand why you're suing her.
Because it's money that she charged on my bill. I don't think that I should have to pay that.
And you say you paid her when she came back into the house?
I paid her when I got my settlement. As you can see, I have papers there where I got our check in '96. It was in March of '96 we got a check for $18,000.
How could you pay me in March when you didn't charge till the 2nd of March and the April 18th and 19th? How did you pay me?
Miss Braun.
Anyway,
I don't understand why you're so angry with her.
It's frustrating.
Why is it frustrating?
She's saying she paid me for something she hadn't even charged yet.
No, she said she got her settlement at that time, so she knew she had
That's
the
when
money.
she paid me, in March. She hadn't even charged anything in March until March 2nd and April 18th and 19th.
Miss Braun, I don't know why you're so angry with this lady. It's not what she said. She said she had the money because she got the settlement in March.
Then she should have paid me the money she owed me.
I'm not satisfied that she didn't pay you the money. I happen to think you're pretty ungrateful.
Yes, she is.
She says she paid you. Anybody who takes a total stranger into their house, treats her like one of their own for 2.5 years, when their own mother is not taking care of her, takes care of putting her on their insurance so that at least she has the opportunity of having her teeth fixed, so that she does have medical insurance, even if it's just another $20 a week that's taken out of this man's paycheck to ensure that you are covered by insurance. She fed you. She provided a roof over your head.
Right.
She treated you like a member of the family.
That's right.
So that means she's a pretty good person. And that means this pretty good person is telling me I paid her. I have to believe a nice person like Miss Holquin would not lie to me about paying you back. So your lawsuit's dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She burned the bridge that she walked on. You know, she doesn't have a family now. You know, she has nobody.
I have a family.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's right.
You guys used her. Thank you that the knight in shining armor came and took you
away.
Good.
And now the next case.
Parties on Taylor versus Guillaume. Step forward, please.
50-year-old Hallie Taylor is suing 46-year-old bus driver Patricia Guillaume because of emotional distress while they both lived in the home of a former boyfriend named Lee Coleman. Patricia is countersuing for malicious prosecution.
Well, this is a very unusual complaint and countersuit. You're Lee?
Yes.
The cause of all the trouble. According to these papers, Miss Taylor, you unfortunately became homeless.
Yes.
Lee was a friend of yours.
Yes.
At first he said that you could sleep in your car in his driveway.
Yes.
But then said, why don't you move into the house? Is that right?
Yes.
Just to be kind.
Yes.
Shortly thereafter, Lee over here extends an invitation to this young lady to also come to the house, to rent a room. Is that right?
Yes. No, that's reverse. That's reverse. That's not. Pat was already there.
This is Pat.
Right.
Lee, you want to step up here? Don't talk to me sitting.
Okay.
I like when you stand when you talk to me. So come
Okay.
on up here. She was already living there when you invited Miss Taylor to come in to the house?
Yes.
For how long?
Oh, I was still moving my things in. And when I had gotten the last of my belongings in, then he had informed me that she was going to be living there.
Bottom line is, at about the same moment, these two women came into your house.
That's not true.
Within days of each other?
Yes.
Lee, sit down. Within days, you both found yourself living with Lee. You had no idea she was going to be there, and you had no idea she was going to be there.
Yes, I knew she was going to be there because he had already had rented her the room.
But she wasn't living there already?
No.
Okay. And the two of you didn't get along?
No.
You two?
Yes.
And you say because you didn't get along, she caused you all kinds of stress, high blood pressure, hypertension, and you wanted to pay you $5,000.
Yes.
And you are suing her for malicious prosecution.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
She's saying another thing. If I want to F Lee, I wouldn't wait till you leave. I'll F him while you here.
Lee! Having two women live in your home is not a good idea.
I don't know that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 50-year-old Hallie Taylor is suing 46-year-old bus driver Patricia Guillaume because of emotional distress while they both lived in the home of a former boyfriend named Lee Coleman. Patricia is countersuing for malicious prosecution.
All right. This is not going to take very long, Miss Taylor. Tell me how she caused you stress.
From day one, Pat aggravated me. She antagonized me.
Give me an example.
There are two incidents that took place. The first incident took place in the garage. We were in the garage talking. Lee, Pat. First was Lee and Pat. And then, all of a sudden, and she said, your girlfriend. And I was standing over there by the back of his truck. And she rushed over there to me and got in my face and she said, don't you use my bathroom.
The 15th of April 1944, 6:47, Kaiser Richmond Shipyard No. 2, San Francisco Bay. The foghorn on the Golden Gate moans like a wounded thing. Salt air tastes of hot steel and burning welding rod. You can feel the ground tremble, not from earthquakes, but from the rhythmic thunder of 40-ton gantry cranes swinging entire sections of warships through the sky as casually as a child lifts toys. On ways 3 and 4, 2 Liberty ships slide down the greased skids every single day, bow first into the bay, champagne smashing against steel that was raw plate only weeks ago. The sound of rivets and hammers is a constant roar. 10,000 workers, men in hard hats, women in bandanas, teenagers lying about their age, swarm over half-born halls like army ants. But over on Basin 1, something is wrong. 4 half-finished destroyer escorts, DE-350 class, Buckley class, sit motionless, skeletons of steel ribs wrapped in silence. Their deckhouses, bridge, galley, officer's country, the whole superstructure, are still being welded plate by plate on the ship itself, the old way. Each one has already taken 4 months, and the Navy is screaming for them yesterday. Richard Red O'Neill stands on the scaffolding of DE-356, cigarette dangling, red hair blazing under the floodlights. 42 years old, forearms like bridge cable, eyes bloodshot from 16-hour shifts. He's the general foreman for destroyer assembly, and right now he looks like a man watching his own funeral. Below him, a young welder named Rosie, real name Rose Will Monroe, the original Rosie the Riveter poster girl, shouts up, "Red, Navy just called again." Admiral King wants to know why we still pissing around with these buckets when the Japs are halfway to Hawaii. Red spits into the mud. Because the goddamn deckhouse weighs 140 tons, and we tried to build it in the air like a bunch of monkeys on scaffolding, that's why. He stares across the yard at the Liberty shipways. Every 8 hours another complete hull splashes. Prefabricated sections the size of houses swing in on cranes, drop into place, get welded in minutes instead of weeks. A crazy thought hits him so hard, he almost drops his cigarette. What if we built the whole damn destroyer the same way? He climbs down the scaffolding, so fast he burns his hands on the hot steel rungs. Boots hit the ground running. Workers part like the Red Sea as the big Irishman barrels toward the superintendent's office. He slams the door open without knocking. Henry J. Kaiser himself is inside, sleeves rolled up, drinking coffee black enough to float a horseshoe. Red doesn't salute, doesn't apologize. Mr. Kaiser, give me 4 ways, 4 big cranes, and 4 days. I'll hand you 4 destroyer escorts ready for sea trials. Complete, painted, armed. Kaiser raises one eyebrow. You're drunk. I'm sober as a judge and twice as crazy. But I'm right. Kaiser studies him for a long 5 seconds. Then he grins the grin that built an empire out of nothing. You've got your 4 days, Red, starting now. But if you fail, I'll have you welding Bills-Kelsons in the Oregon yard till you're 90. Red is already halfway out the door. 4 days, boss. Watch me. Outside, the fog is burning off. The sun hits the water like hammered gold. And somewhere in the Pacific, Japanese admirals are about to learn what happens when American shipyard workers stop playing by the old rules. Richmond Yard, no. 2 never sleeps, but tonight it screams. Floodlights turn the basin into noon. Klaxon horns bellow every 30 minutes like a battleship's alarm. 10,000 workers pour through the gates for the swing shift, eyes wide when they see what's waiting for them. 4 naked destroyer escort hulls, DE-356 through DE-359, have been towed from their old berths and lined up like corpses on autopsy tables. Their names have already been chosen by the Navy. USS Knapp, USS O'Flaherty, USS Foss, and USS Parks. Right now they're just numbers and raw steel. Red O'Neill stands on a makeshift platform made from a 40-foot flatbed trailer, bullhorn in one hand, thermos of coffee in the other. His voice cracks like a whip across the yard. Listen up. We are not building these ships. We are assembling them. Every deck house, every engine bed, every 40mm tub is already welded together on the ground. Your only job is to hook it, lift it, drop it, burn it in. 4 days, 96 hours. When the sun comes up on the 20th, these 4 girls float out under their own power, or we all eat crow in front of Admiral King himself. Now move. The yard detonates into controlled chaos. At 0:17, the first miracle happens. A 250-ton gantry crane, nicknamed Big Red by the riggers, rolls down newly laid tracks. Its hook descends like the finger of God and picks up an entire pre-built deckhouse for USS Knapp. Bridge, chart room, radar platform, captain's cabin, the works. 160 tons of steel that used to take 6 weeks to weld in place now swings through the air in 90 seconds. Welders wearing flash hoods look like demons as they light their torches. The deckhouse settles onto the waiting hull with a precision of less than ½ an inch. Burning rods attack the joining seams in perfect overlapping sequence. Sparks cascade into the night like orange waterfalls. By 4 o'clock, the entire superstructure of Knapp is in place. By 6 o'clock, her main deck is complete. By 8 o'clock, her engines, built complete in Milwaukee, shipped by rail, and lifted aboard as single units, are already turning on the dynamometer. Across the basin, the same scene repeats 4 times over, synchronized like a Broadway musical from hell. Women riveters who once posed for posters now operate pneumatic guns that sound like machine guns. Black ship fitters from Alabama swing sledgehammers the size of bowling pins, driving home bolts that weigh 8 pounds apiece. A 16-year-old messenger boy races between gangs on a bicycle welded from scrap pipe, delivering blueprints still wet from the mimeograph. At 10:30, a Navy inspector, Lieutenant Commander Harold G. Bowen Jr., arrives expecting to shut the circus down. He takes one look at 4 hulls that were skeletons yesterday, now wearing full skins of steel, bridge wings, gun mounts, depth charge racks, the works. He takes off his cover, scratches his bald head, and mutters, "Sweet Jesus Christ on a crutch." Red O'Neill hands him a cup of coffee and a grin sharp enough to cut plate. Day 1, Commander. 72 hours left. You want to help or just watch? Owen stays. By noon, he's stripped to his skivvies, holding a welding lead himself. Out in the channel, a gray Navy staff car skids to a halt. Word has reached Admiral Ernest J. King in Washington. The Chief of Naval Operations wants to know if Kaiser has lost his mind. King picks up the secure phone and growls. Put O'Neill on. Red wipes sweat from his eyes. Takes the handset like it's a live grenade. This is O'Neill. King's voice is pure ice. Foreman, if you damage those hulls with your cowboy stunt, I will personally have you court-martialed in irons. Red looks across the basin. 4 ships rising from the dead, faster than any man has ever seen. Admiral, he says, in 72 hours you're going to have 4 brand new destroyer escorts, or you can have my head on a platter. Your choice. He hangs up before King can answer. The yard erupts in cheers so loud they echo off the Barkley Hills. Day 1 ends at 23:59, with all 4 hulls 100% plated, deck houses married, main engines installed and aligned. Red O'Neill stands on the ways, lights another lucky strike with hands that haven't stopped shaking for 24 hours, and whispers to the night, 3 days left, you beautiful bastards. 3 days, 10th of April 1944, 00:01. The temperature inside the basin has climbed past 110 degrees Fahrenheit from 10,000 welding arcs burning at once. The air itself glows orange. You can't tell day from night anymore. Only the big clock on the crane tower marks the passing hours like a heartbeat. Red O'Neill hasn't slept. His eyes are red slits. His voice is gone, but he is everywhere. On the flight deck of Knapp, screaming at a rigger who dropped a 5-inch gun barrel 2 inches out of alignment. In the engine room of O'Flaherty, personally turning a wrench the size of a baseball bat to seat a reduction gear. On his knees beside a 16-year-old welder who just passed out from heat stroke, pouring water over the kid's face and growling, "You breathe, you burn rod, you hear me?" The impossible has become routine. At 3:14, the first 5-inch 38 gun mount, complete turret, 18 tons, swings aboard USS Knapp. The crane operator, a 62-year-old grandmother named Big Mama Washington, lowers it into its barbette with the gentleness of placing a baby in a cradle. The mount drops home with a metallic kiss. The yard erupts in a roar that rattles windows in Oakland. By dawn, all 16 5-inch guns are mounted across the 4 ships. By noon, every 40mm Gophers and 20mm Oerlikon is in place. Ammunition hoists connected. Directors bolted to the flying bridges. Torpedo tubes arrive on flat cars, straight from the factory in Rhode Island, still in Cosmoline, and are lifted aboard like silver cigars. Paint crews follow the welders by only minutes. Red lead primer is slapped on so hot it steams. Haze gray camouflage goes over it still wet. Stenciled names appear on the sterns as if by magic. USS Knapp DE-353, USS O'Flaherty DE-340, USS Foss DE-359, USS Parks DE-360. At 14 o'clock on day 2, the Navy's senior inspector, Captain Eddie Moran, arrives with a clipboard and a look of pure terror. He has been sent by King to find any excuse to stop the madness before a hull is ruined. He climbs aboard Knapp, runs his hand along a weld seam that was laid down only 4 hours ago, and finds it perfect. He checks alignment of the main turbines with a micrometer and discovers deviation of less than 0.003 of an inch. He opens a random valve in the fire main system, and water shoots 50 feet. Moran looks like a man watching the laws of physics break in front of him. Red hands him a fresh cup of coffee. "Captain, you gonna sign the acceptance papers now, or wait till we launch?" Moran signs. Right there on the forecastle, with welders still burning rods 6 feet away. At 20 o'clock on day 2, the wiring gangs finish. 30 miles of cable pulled in 44 hours. Lights come on inside all 4 ships for the first time. The glow from 1,000 new portholes turns the basin into a lake of gold. Day 3, the 18th of April, begins with communion. A Catholic priest, a Baptist minister, and a rabbi stand on the ways and bless the ships in rotating shifts because their eyes send time to wait. Workers line up for ashes, for blessings, for luck. Nobody laughs. Nobody has the energy. At 6 o'clock, the propellers go on. 4 bronze screws, each weighing 9 tons, lifted and slid onto the shafts like threading needles with a crane. At 8 o'clock, the anchors drop into their hawsepipes with a clang that echoes like church bells. At 10 o'clock, the first engine is lit off. USS Napes turbines spin up to a whistle that sounds like the scream of every banshee in Ireland. Black smoke belches from her single stack, then clears to clean white steam. The ship shudders, strains against her mooring lines, and lives. One by one, O'Flaherty, Foss, and Parks follow. 4 separate roars merge into a single triumphant howl that rattles windows in San Francisco. Red O'Neill stands on the dock, tears cutting clean paths through 3 days of soot on his face. He doesn't bother to hide them. At 23:59 on day 395 hours and 59 minutes after the bet began, the 4 destroyer escorts are complete down to the last signal flag in the locker, the last can of beans in the galley, the last condom in the ship's store. The only thing left is to launch them. And tomorrow is day 4. Richmond Yard No. 2 is unnaturally quiet. For the first time in 96 hours, the welding arcs are cold. The hammers are silent. 10,000 workers stand shoulder to shoulder along the edge of Basin 1, faces blackened, hands raw, eyes shining with something between exhaustion and religious awe. 4 brand new destroyer escorts sit on the ways, bows pointed toward the bay like greyhounds straining at the starting gate. Their haze gray paint is still wet in patches. Their ensigns snap in the morning breeze. USS Knapp, USS O'Flaherty, USS Foss, USS Parks, 4 sisters born in 4 days. Red O'Neill stands on the platform again, but this time he doesn't have the bullhorn. Kaiser grins, turns to the crowd, and raises both arms like a conductor. At 7:15, the band from the Mare Island Navy Yard strikes up Anchors Away. Champagne bottles wrapped in red, white, and blue netting hang from each bow. Real champagne this time, not near beer. The sponsors step forward. 4 women chosen from the yard itself. Rose Will Monroe, the original Rosie for Knapp. A shipfitter's wife who lost her only son at Guadalcanal for O'Flaherty. A black welder named Josephine Boyd for Foss. And Red's own 17-year-old daughter, Eileen for Parks. She lied about her age and has been burning rod on the night shift for 6 months. One by one, they swing the bottles. Glass shatters. Champagne foams across steel, still warm from yesterday's welding torches. Launch. Hydraulic triggers release. Greased skid smoke. 10,000 tons of brand new warships begin to move. Knapp goes first. She slides down the ways with the grace of a dancer, gathering speed, stern lifting, bow dipping, then hits the water in a roaring white explosion that trenches the first 3 rows of spectators. Her screws bite instantly. She surges forward under her own power, whistle screaming a long, defiant blast that echoes all the way to Oakland. O'Flaherty follows 30 seconds later. Then Foss, then Parks. 4 splashes, 4 roars. 4 perfect launches in under 4 minutes. The yard loses its mind. Workers throw hard hats into the air. Women sob openly. Men who haven't cried since Pearl Harbor stand with tears streaming down soot-streaked faces. Someone starts singing, God Bless America, and 10,000 voices join in until the sound is deafening. Out in the channel, the 4DEs circle like excited puppies, guns training, turbines howling, crews, only half of whom have ever been to sea before, shearing from the rails. A Navy launch cuts across the water. Admiral Ernest J. King stands in the bow in full dress whites, face carved from granite. He steps aboard USS Nap first. The quarterdeck watch pipes him aboard. Captain of the ship, a stunned lieutenant commander who took command 12 hours ago, salutes. King returns the salute, then looks around at the spotless decks, the gleaming 5-inch guns, the radar screens already glowing in the CIC. He walks the length of the ship in silence, trailed by his staff. Opens a random hatch, fresh paint smell, everything perfect. Checks the engine room log. Turbines already at 85% power and purring. Finally, he stops on the bridge, turns to Red O'Neill, who has been trailing behind like a man waiting for the firing squad. King removes his cover, runs a hand over his bald head, and does something no one has ever seen the Chief of Naval Operations do in public. He smiles. "Mr. O'Neill," he says, voice carrying across the silent bridge, "the United States Navy owes you a debt we can never repay." Then he turns to the signalman. Signal Washington. 4 destroyer escorts launched and commissioned, 96 hours after keel prefabrication began. Repeat, 96 hours. Tell the President the Pacific Fleet will have every ship it needs. The bridge erupts in cheers. King pulls a small box from his pocket, hands it to Red. Inside is a silver cigarette case engraved. To Red O'Neill, who built victory in 4 days. Ernest J. King. Red tries to speak. Nothing comes out but a croak. King claps him on the shoulder, hard enough to stagger him. "Get some sleep, son. Then build me 400 more." That afternoon, the 4 ships steam under the Golden Gate Bridge at 28 knots, bound for shakedown and then the Solomon Islands. Sailors on the bridge of USS Nap look back at the receding yard and see a single figure still standing on the ways. Red O'Neill, red hair blazing in the sun, waving them off with both arms like a proud father. Behind them, Henry Kaiser is already on the phone to Washington. "Mr. President, about those 400 more?" In Tokyo, Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto's successor reads the intercepted report and feels ice crawl down his spine. 4 destroyers in 4 days. America is no longer building a navy. She is printing one. And the tide that will sweep the Imperial Japanese Navy from the Pacific has just become unstoppable. The 20th of April 1944 to 31 December 1945, Richmond Yard No. 2, and every shipyard from Portland, Oregon to Pascagoula, Mississippi. The photographs hit the newspapers the next morning. 4 gleaming destroyer escorts steaming in perfect line ahead under the Golden Gate. Bow numbers still wet with launch day paint. The caption reads simply, "Built in 4 days." America wakes up laughing at the Japanese Empire. In the White House, Franklin Roosevelt slaps the picture down on the desk in front of Secretary of the Navy Frank Knox. "Frank, I want every Kaiser yard, every Bethlehem yard, every civilian yard in the country doing this. Now." Knox is already on the phone before Roosevelt finishes the sentence. By May, Red O'Neill's crazy idea has a name: Modular Combatant Construction. By June, it has blueprints, training films, and an entire new government agency called the Maritime Commission Prefabrication Division. By July, Red himself is a captain in the Seabees. No uniform fits his shoulders, so they just sew captain's eagles on his old denim work shirt. And numbers become insane. Richmond Yard No. 2 alone delivers 36. Destroyer escorts in the last 8 months of 1944, 1 every 7 days, instead of 1 every 7 months. The Long Beach Yard matches it. Fore River, Charleston, Newark, Orange, Texas. Every yard that can pour concrete and swing a crane converts overnight. Prefabrication lots the size of small towns spring up beside every major yard. Entire superstructures, bridge, fire control tops, engine rooms, even the stacks are welded complete on the ground, then lifted aboard like Lego blocks the size of apartment buildings. And the workers? They become legends. Rosie the Riveter is on every recruiting poster. But the real faces are the ones you never see in the newsreels. The Navajo welders who work 18-hour shifts without a single rejected seam. The Japanese-American riggers released from internment camps because the Navy needs their crane skills more than it needs its stupidity. The one-armed machinist from Alabama who can align a turbine shaft by ear alone. By the end of 1944, the United States Navy takes delivery of 482 destroyer escorts and 203 fleet destroyers built by the modular method. More escort hulls than the rest of the world combined built in the entire war. In the Pacific, the change is apocalyptic. At Lady Gulf, October 1944, when the Japanese throw their last battleships into the meat grinder at Surigao Strait, the screen that meets them is 24 brand new DEs, fresh from Richmond and Long Beach crews, still sunburned from shakedown in San Diego. Their hedgehogs and 5-inch guns turned the strait into a slaughterhouse. At Okinawa, April 1945, when the kamikazes come in waves of hundreds, it is the modular destroyers on the radar picket line. Knapp, O'Flaherty, Foss, Parks, and 400 sisters that hold the sky together long enough for the invasion to live. And every time a Japanese admiral looks at the plot board and sees another 20 gray silhouettes appearing on the horizon, he knows where they came from. A muddy basin in California, where a red-haired welder once told Henry Kaiser and Ernest King to go to hell. The 15th of August 1945, Tokyo Bay. The battleship Missouri steams in to accept the Japanese surrender. Her escort screen is 12 destroyer escorts, all under 1-year-old, all built by the 4-day method. On the forecastle of USS Knapp DE-353, the first of the 4-day miracles, a grizzled chief bosun named O'Neill, Red's younger brother, shipped out when Red himself refused to leave the yard, watches the Japanese delegation come aboard. He lights a lucky strike with fingers that still have burned scars from April 1944 and says to no one in particular, "Told you bastards 4 days was enough." In Richmond, Red O'Neill, now 50 pounds lighter, hair gone gray overnight, stands on the same ways where it all began. The yard is quiet for the first time since 1941. The cranes are idle. The floodlights are dark. He walks the empty basin alone, boots echoing on concrete that once shook with the birth of an unstoppable navy. At the foot of Way 1 he stops, pulls a small silver cigarette case from his pocket, the one King gave him, and opens it. Inside, instead of cigarettes, is a single piece of steel plate the size of a playing card. Welded to it is a tiny bronze plaque. To Red, you gave us the ships that won the war. FDR, 1945. Red runs a thumb over the engraving, then looks out at the empty bay where 400 miracles were born. He smiles, tired and proud, and finally at peace. Then he turns and walks away, the sound of his boots fading into the same fog that greeted the impossible exactly 484 days earlier. The war is over. The tide has turned. And somewhere beneath the Pacific, the ghosts of 1,000 sunken American ships from 1941 and 1942 rest easier, knowing the debt has been paid in full, in steel, in sweat, and in exactly 4 days.